I was just verifying I was live. That fucking title, dude, is funny as fuck. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen Always Sun in Philadelphia. The Nightman Has Cometh. Been on nights for the last like 2 months, like a fucking crackhead. I'm running off of like 2.5 hours of sleep today. I stay up till 11. I wake up at 1:30 for a specific reason. I had to make a call. Then I knock out a few errands. And now we put the stream up. Normal time. Daytime. Well, we were going to do some PvE with Skits. But I think his wife just got home, so they gotta go do their stuff. I think he only has like PvE, or not PvE, on PvE, but I think he has the guide and finding Dr. Disrespect armor or something like that. But he had a bounce, so we slide back to PvP side. And I think what we're gonna do, I got my shit organized earlier. And it's looking pretty. We're probably going to stay away from interchange for the time being. And then head back there. I was just getting my fucking shit pushed in yesterday going to that map. Fucking insane. Although I did get a decent amount of kills. But, yeah, we're not going to fuck with that right now. The whole kill event going on is fucking buck wild right now. Maybe customs? We'll see. I did a factory before I hopped off last night, which went good. Alright, we aren't doing customs. I don't think I have anything on there. Oh, I gotta plant the sniper. You know what, we might do this actually. Spectre, Mag, DBL, 308 rounds. Spectre, Mag. I just sold a DBL too. Ah, we're gonna save this one. We're probably gonna put the Spectre in the ass though. It would make sense that there's not a fucking mag on this. And we'll grab a box of 308s and call it good. Early this wipe though, we didn't have the flea market for the first like 2-3 weeks of wipe. And the boxes of 308 I got fucking, I had sold them because they're like trash 308. And I ended up not having anything to fucking do. But I found out through Ketsu, ref level 2, you can just buy them. PCW, look at that. Alright. I think we're good. We're gonna pull this up. I don't have it all memorized, but I think it's 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like one on each floor, I'm pretty certain. Actually, we're gonna rock a scope till we get there. Ah, so that's when it says OBS Studio. I was curious. I saw someone, it was saying they were playing OBS Studio. I was like, how the fuck do they even do that? They had the stream live. Alright, we're gonna go back to this Delta Force operator guy. Old timer, but pretty cool dude from what I can see.
Commander, that's who greets you at the top. And if you don't make it, you go over here. If you do make it, you go over here by the fire. And they're like, you know, Sergeant Vickers, congratulations, you successfully completed the stress phase of, you know, Delta Force selection and assessment.
Damn.
Dude, I immediately started crying. I mean, I just gushed. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one that did that. Hardest thing I ever did in my life, bar none. Bar none. Out of 88 people that tried out, that started, 13 made it, and 11 got through OTC. So 11 guys made it through OTC, crossed the hall into one of the Sabre squadrons out of 88.
Damn.
It was like our dorm chief back at BMT. He was going up to be a PJ in the Air Force, and we were supposed to meet up with him in Pensacola because he was doing his, like, I think it was like dive training through the Navy or whatever, that like pipeline for him. But out of a class of 50, he was the only person to make it through all the way. It's fucking 98% failure rate, or a 2% pass rate. Coy was his name, but he came in at like 32. He had a personal trainer for like 3 years before he even joined the Air Force. It was fucking insane.
Dude, there was classes. They had, in the hallway outside OTC, they had all the different class pictures. There was a guy who, he was the only dude out of the whole class that finished.
No.
Ray Pfeiffer, yeah, Ray Pfeiffer. He's standing there by himself in the picture.
Damn.
Others 3 dudes, others 2 dudes. Stuff like that. I remember one, I was an S&T instructor, and we had 5. 5 guys made it through selection.
Wow.
We had to do OTC class with like 9 dudes, because we had those 5 guys, and then we had 4 direct support, basically medics, combo guys, EOD.
Oh, no shit.
They went through. They would go through OTC too. Now there's certain things they didn't do. They didn't do CQB, but they would do everything else. You know what I mean? All the helo operations they would do. They would do patrolling. They'd do everything else because they're going to be augmenting operators. But they wouldn't do CQB. There's certain things that they didn't do. But yeah, they would go through OTC. So we had 9. One guy broke his ankle. He had to get bumped to the next class. We ended up having 8 for an OTC class.
Wow. What was the conversation like at the campfire?
We had some glue vine. You ever heard that stuff?
Yeah,
glue vine?
German, right?
Yeah. I don't drink alcohol, so I didn't have any. But they had that. You can partake.
You don't drink alcohol?
No.
You never have?
No, I never have.
Are you
courtesy
serious?
Yeah, courtesy of my mom. I told you. Remember, my mom absolutely do not drink, because my grandfather, who I never met because he passed away, my mom's dad had passed away before I was born, was an alcoholic. So my mom was like,
This is like unheard of in a special ops community.
By the way, dude.
That's good quality to have. Actually, a pretty good spawn for the task too. I need to have this pulled up. I probably should have warmed up on Arena. Hopefully I don't get my ass whooped, but we'll see. Sniper scav. I gotta love how the fucking scope is the first one. So I have the magazine, the plant on the one above, and then we got 2 on the 4th floor. There's someone in there. It's gonna be right here. My extract's gonna be old gas. We'll head over there. What up, Blair? What up, Mr. Monk?
What up, punk?
Much, dude. PG-13, baby. Stream is up right now.
Yeah, I got it.
I was gonna say a whole bunch of shit, Wealthy, and now I can't, dude. What happened to
Dude, I
freedom
did
of
learn
speech,
something
huh?
fucking interesting yesterday. I'll tell you later.
Is it? Alright. Yo, I just murdered the fuck out of that dude. That man was doing setup. How much? Wait, you're PG-13 on this? I try to be. Nothing too crazy, to be honest, bro. Oh, shit. You see his homeboy right over there? Watch this. We're gonna catch a nade kill. Watch this, Blair. This is for you. Fuck. I got you, Blair. I fucking got you. They are both deceased. Living with the fishies, Blair. But now I got to repack. I got to repack, boy.
This is crusty.
Crusty Customs, man. Bro, I was trying to do my task on Interchange, and that map is a straight clusterfuck right now, dude. The amount of people trying to pull tracksuit, and, you know, they're coming in butt naked for the or pretty close to naked. But they have, like, the highest pen rounds in the game to kill Killa, but I keep running into them. It is.
Server might straighten you out.
It's a bit fucking cancer, to be honest. I'm still gonna head back over there here later. I just need to catch a few W's under my belt, and then I can go donate some kits to those boys. Now we'll see if there's a third boyfriend.
One of my favorite places to go right now is the train depot on West.
I have only been there,
Getting
I think, one time, to be honest, bro.
it's just whether or not you get the extract there that makes it efficient.
Is the loot good there or what?
Yeah, it's like ratchets everywhere and good ammo,
Well, so that quest line, basically,
tight grips.
you have to, there's a quest line, a test drive down the road, where you have to, use the Velociraptor, and they lock that rifle. Oh yeah, Blair. And yeah, to unlock that rifle, you have to do that quest line though, and there's a decent amount
Spear?
to it. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll just pick them up off bodies.
Well, that's what I'm
Only
gonna
way
do
I'm
now
getting that
too,
gun.
man. But they changed that like mid-wipe though on us.
I still don't have level 4 traders, so not all of them. I don't even think I could buy a hybrid. I'd have to look.
This poor bastard was doing setup, man. We'll probably
What?
toss. The first dude I killed was doing setup.
Oh, I was talking to my roommate. One sec.
Oh. Bro, what the fuck did they do to the USEC armor? Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, this fucking quest sucks, to be honest. Kind of curious what rounds he was using, though. Oh, my man had on his fucking AP. That's fair. He gonna pay the troll toll, though. I'm taking that fucking scope. You gots to pay if you want to pass the bridge.
Have
Blair,
played
you said 5
custom
hours ahead. Where
expansion?
you at? Oh, it's not too bad, to be honest. Class 4. What's up, Monk?
Have you done all the custom expansion stuff?
No, I
building
haven't, to be
quest?
honest.
It's not capo necessary.
Tis not, tis not.
Okay. Just like to be progressing in some form.
Bro, that's not just because it's not needed for Kappa doesn't mean you can't do it.
No, I do what I feel to do, and won't be just a pain in the ass. I'm gonna work on.
I mean, there's no prestige this time, so I might end up doing a few extra different tasks that I wouldn't normally do.
We gotta do bolt actions. I'm at 3 of 7. I know. I pay the euros. I get 2 levels. To some. Who do I pay? It's gonna be Skeeter. Maybe not. I could do all the reserve stuff. I really hate that fucking map now.
Reserve?
Yeah.
Bro, how is that possible, man? Now that you can put your
But I've
paracord...
always hated that map.
Well, before they did the
paracord,
expansion...
that's nothing.
What?
It's just the underground shit.
Oh,
the
yeah.
camping of the extracts.
I mean, you want to duel up and go do some reserve? I have some reserve tasks there. You can go knock that shit out together, dude.
Okay, yeah. We can do that.
I'm gonna be out of raid here momentarily. Just give me a second, I'll pick you up. Bro, so my fucking landlady, I'm renting this house currently. She wants to sell this bad boy. And I wanted to buy it initially when I first, like, PCS'd over here. And... Bro, she's like fucking selling it now, so... Yeah, I got the,
Give her a better offer. Give her a cash offer.
Reserve is good. What you talking about, Blair? So before they did the expansion on Reserve, so before they introduced the D2 areas, Reserve was a funner map from my perspective, just because a lot of the fights happened building to building. So we would be like a 3, 4, 5 stack fighting another 3, 4, 5 stack, and you know doing flanks and stuff between buildings. And it was, bro, that was like prime fucking Reserve to be honest, man. Now a lot of the fighting just happens down in D2 Blair, which kind of sucks, but I'm not a big fan of it at least. And then the camping down in the actual D2 extract. Do you have a Red Rebel, Monk?
Yeah, I do.
So you don't even got a trip about the D2 extract anymore. Just head up to
No, it's a quest. It's a quest I gotta do.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Hit the switch and go there.
Oh, Blair. So tomorrow the real estate agent for her, so the seller, the landlady's real estate agent, is coming by at 9:45 in the morning. So I got a little meeting with him, and then he's doing an inspection on the house. And my stepmom's a real estate agent too, so this will be my first house, so I'm not really super familiar with the process of buying a home. So I got to do a little bit of research tonight after we kill the stream later on, and just kind of dig into it a little bit, but I'm going to fucking go through with it. Yeah, it'd be badass, dude.
So you want to live forever?
No, man. So the Air Force would probably move me. I'm expecting at least 2 years here at Langley, but then it could be up to 4 or 5 years. I don't know. But what I do know is I spent 6 fucking years at Eglin Air Force Base down in Florida paying rent, and it was like 80 to 100K I'd paid in rent over that time period. It wasn't a whole lot. I wasn't paying a whole lot every month. But in hindsight, I look at it and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? I could have been paying down like the mortgage basically, and then I could have sold the house when I had left and fucking pocketed the money and used it on another house or just left in the bank or invest. Literally did anything with it, but
no, I get it. Yeah,
it fucking pissed me off, bro. I don't know. It's just with like the interest rates on houses now are just fucking insane, bro. Well, no, it's not as bad anymore though. Yeah.
It's really just what they cost. All those people that bought like coastline Miami property for millions on millions. Now they're fucking houses are like,
You be
they
careful,
can't
man.
sell them. No one wants to buy them because they're gonna go underwater.
Yeah. Well, one thing a lot of the guys did too at Eglin was they all bought houses and whatnot, which is like, good for them because they were able to build like that liquidity on the house. But once
Equity.
or equity, yeah, yep. Once Eglin moved all of us up here to Langley, I think I just lost out. Oh yeah, my dailies just went away. It flooded the housing market. There were a bunch of like active duty members that were trying to sell their houses at one time, and bro, it flooded the housing market. So yeah, some of them had to like sell it, like undersell it, I guess, which would be kind of shitty. But they still made a profit though, easily. Let me find out what task I have on reserve, just so I'm tracking. If I remember correctly, I have to go to the KSM SMP room, so the medical building, and then I need to go to D2 and go in the office. We might have to extract. I don't remember which one it is.
I have to do both. I have to extract and go to the office.
That's fair. That's fair. And I'll get those knocked out then. And it pushes back interchange, man. I really don't want to play with those motherfuckers, to be honest. Oof. Do I turn this in? Yeah, I'm going to turn it in. I'll find another one.
Can you do tripwires yet?
I got the quest. I went to the area, but I have never used the tripwire. I saw a video of it, and I was like, fuck that. I don't... Unless I was just like fucking around, just trying to mess with people. I don't see me actively using it.
Yeah, I just could see someone else actively using it down there.
Down there? Yep. Well, bro, I took D2 on like first Kappa, and somebody laid down like 10 fucking tripwires. So I'm running down there with his click, and then I just started booking it to D2. Okay. Just click, 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 click. And yeah, I got out.
I think unless they're like bots, you've got a good chance of getting that way. I don't know if you can use Apex or not.
I think you should be able to have someone sell it to you, sell it for you, so you only have to wait while looking at another property or rent it out, build an income. Yeah, we have a few guys too that every time they like PCS to a different base and whatnot, they buy homes as they go. So they literally own homes. Well, technically the bank does, but they have a mortgage on homes at every base they go to, and then they just get a property management group to look after them while they're at their new location. Let me get some keys and then we'll go in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you can watch my stream for a sec. What keys are essential for
reserve?
I know they're all like VB, whatever. It's about a sick case for reserve, or not a sick, a docs.
Dear God. Well, you have a lot of shoreline keys in there.
Yeah, those are all cells that I'm not
you don't need
in the mood to do. Just gonna grab everything RB, I guess.
Jesus, Monk, I gave you so much money too, I thought. I have more money than you right now, bro.
Dude, I don't trip on money, because I've got cases on cases on cases of shit.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, dude,
most of it's I'm waiting for hideout stuff.
I
use it.
I think I gave Moose like roughly like 20 million ruples before I prestiged the second time, dude. And he gave me back probably like 10 mil of it or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. We had to go do a reserve. He's like, get a Red Rebel. I was like, I can't really afford it right now. So he just like gave me the money back for a Red Rebel. I was like, bro, prestiging or early wipe is so much easier when you're just chilling on stacks of money, to be honest. Although you can't really... No, it is significantly easier, to be honest.
You gave me like a couple mil and then a bunch of guns.
Yep.
But I died with a lot of those guns. And then I got people,
your message to me was
like walking pinata and shit.
Your message was like, I gotta get off too drunk. I was like, alright, dude.
What?
You're like, yeah, wealthy two trunk got to get off. I was like, all right, that's fair, that's fair. Well, no, we also, I'm just happy you remembered to get your Zabralo though, man, because we spent a minute blowing that motherfucker up, dude. That thing is a hassle. We're gonna have to do that for me too later. Get a grenade launcher and do that task for me too.
Yeah, it didn't come back for like a day and a half. I was like, what the fuck happened to that Sombralo? I was searching my stats forever.
Yup. Alright, let me grab my keys and then we shall go in. Honestly, I would grab the, actually, just type in, go to the flea market, type in RB dash, and it'll pull up all the reserve keys. And there's only 4 keys I want you to buy.
Well, see what additionally to what I have. I have AO, AK, well, that can go.
Those ones don't matter. I'm talking about, oh, so you have PSV2 and P2. So grab PSP1 and then PSV1. You see those keys to your left? Yep, just grab the first iteration of those keys, and that's all I was going to have you buy, to be honest. I'm bringing in the quest keys, so you don't have to trip over that. Wait, so I just bought KSM.
So PM1.
SMP.
And what was the other one?
PSV1 and then PSP1. It's the 4 cage keys down, you know where you have to hit the Weeboo button?
Yeah.
Bro, there's hella fucking loot down there. It's like not that highly contested.
Jeez. Guys are desperate to sell these keys.
Alright, I think we got the juicy keys for the map. The other keys are alright, but they're like mid, I guess.
Oh, I can turn these in.
Bro, hopefully with our luck, that reserve is kind of a ghost town for us right now. Let all those fuckers go to interchange and play with themselves. Oh yeah, Blair. Take it easy, man. Hold on, Muck. Blair, do you stream, bro? Hold up. We'll go throw some love that way. And then, yeah, shoot me a message. Is that a 05? Why don't you do some 3D printing? Is this you, Blair? That has to be you. There ain't no fucking way it ain't you, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Yep, shoot me a message sometime later. And, well, I'm going on leave, though, man. I got to go back home to Wyoming for a wedding. And then I got to head up north to go do some other stuff with the brothers. But good luck on the raids, though, man. Alright, Muck Stefani. Holy fucking better? 60 bangers. The what?
Is night better?
No, let's go daytime, bro. Dude, you really don't need to come with food, man. We're going to head down to the... Well, we may head down to the cages. I'm not 100%. Up to you, though. As long as you got your Red Rebel and Paracord, that's all that matters.
I do.
Bro, I'm rolling off of like 2.5 hours of fucking sleep, dude. I couldn't sleep last night. I'm trying to get on a day schedule. Alright, Blair. Yeah, I'll pop in there.
Trying to do that, too.
Well, dude, I stay up till like 11 in the morning, and then I had to make a call at 1:30, so I got 2.5 hours of sleep. Then I had to run a few errands, bro. And now I'm just trying to stay up till midnight, so... Hence the coffee.
Coffee.
11 or 12 is roughly what I'm trying to stay up till so I can get on a normal sleep schedule. So I got some errands I gotta knock out tomorrow too.
Hard for me too.
Well, bro, with that flexible work schedule, yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, but I don't want that work schedule. I'm trying to get
Like a hard schedule, basically.
my union job back. Like, I have my card. I just been struggling to find shops that are busy.
Is it just a slow time of the year right now for him, or what?
Well, right now it's supposed to be the hot time, which is pissing me off.
That's the same with my brothers
Supposed
too,
to get
man.
hired on as of Friday, and I did not hear back today. So I'm giving them a day, and then I'm gonna call them up. Like, yo, what's good? Union president vouched for me. He offered me a job, and I've heard nothing back after I gave you my info.
It's possible you slipped through the cracks, but yeah, it's better to verify, dude. Call those bastards up. Be like, hey, what's the dealio?
Yeah. Like, my local president has got my back pretty hard, which is crazy, but there's no money extract, right?
No, we're not. No, there is no money extract. I don't think.
Okay, good. It should be good to go. I should bring an RG on at least.
All
I
right.
did. Okay. Alright.
Oh, whenever you're good, just pop in.
Fuck. Oh, I need markers.
Do you? All right. Oh wait, hold on. Are you doing revision,
It's one of the things.
bro?
For the fuels.
You need to bring in RB-ST then. I don't have that key.
I have it.
You do? All right. I would have that quest map pulled up, but honestly, I think I have all those tanks memorized. To be honest, actually, no, you don't need to pull it up. I know where they're at. Holy fucking markers, man! We're gonna be
There's
doing
a lot
reserve.
of them.
We're gonna be doing reserve for a little bit, so I mean, you don't have to bring them all in at once.
I'm not. I'm bringing 4.
All right.
Do it.
All right. I'm gonna kill your stream to save up on the internet juices, and then we are gonna watch more Delta Operator guy. I'll be back here in a sec, Monk. Gotta take a pee-pee.
Delta, there was more than a few people that didn't drink. Oh yeah, that was not uncommon. It was not uncommon, and more than a couple guys drank when they got there and stopped because they realized if they didn't stop and get it under control, they were going to be booted out. They were going to be shown the door. And I know a couple guys that completely stopped drinking that had come there because they knew if something went wrong, if they didn't get it under control, because they came from SF or wherever, and you know the drinking was a big part of the culture and whatnot. Now they come to Delta and it's not. The drinking's not that the guys don't drink. Don't get me wrong, but it's not that big culture thing like we're going to go out and get trashed every Saturday night, that kind of thing. No.
Gotcha. And so what was the conversation like at the fire? You remember it?
Basically how difficult it was, comparing notes. Hey, you remember that? Oh yeah, did you go there? No, yeah, because there was one part which they discontinued. Is that you get up to the top of this hill, and this was on day 1, I think, stress day 1, and there's a dude sitting there with a steak dinner. He's in a suit, and he's got a table there, you know, glass of wine or whatever the hell it is, and a steak dinner. And he's the cadre at the top of the hill. And you're like, and he goes, you know, color number, show me where you're at, where you came from. Your next point's located over there. Okay, color number, show me where you're at, where you're going. Have a good one. Now, here's the thing, though. Not everybody goes to that point. So guys start doubting each other. Like, I didn't see that. What are you talking about? Yeah, man, there's a guy up there. Don't you remember that? No, I didn't see it. There was no guy with a steak dinner at a table. You know what I mean? That kind of a little bit of a psyops thing. Over time, they get away with that because they were kind of like, what really is this bringing to the table for us? And so they did away with it. They moved the swim test to OTC. Now, I'll tell you why they did that. At the time, dude, that did not go over well in the unit. We're like, well, it's a swim test. In order to attend selection, doesn't really make much sense because back at his unit, he may not have access to a swimming pool where he could practice. So let's bump it. Let's get the guy through selection, that 1 or 2 dudes, whatever that might be. Let's get him through selection. And then an OTC at the very beginning now, we'll give him a swim test. And then now he's had, a couple months, whatever. Now it's on him. Okay, now you've got to find the sources. You've got to find a pool. You've got to find the ability to go and practice for the swim test. You know what the swim test is, and you know you're going to be evaluated on when you get to OTC. As far as I know, there was nobody that failed it. By the time they got to OTC, when they signed in and they got the swim test, there was no problem. Nobody failed it.
And so what happens the next day after you pass selection?
Chilling. You rest. Then more psych evals.
Lots of psyche.
Oh, dude.
Fuzzy
Famous
bunnies.
story. What's that?
That's the way I always pass them. Think about fuzzy bunnies.
Fuzzy bunnies. There's a famous story, and I don't know if it's true, but I don't necessarily doubt it, that the unit psychs had it nailed down so tight on who would make selection. That they put a list of names in an envelope, gave it to like the S&T sergeant major, and at the end of the end of selection, they were going to open it up and see what guys finished selection versus the names on the sheet, and they nailed it.
Wow.
Interesting, interesting. KSM, SMP, and oh, killing scavs underground, baby.
You got bunker 1, fuel markers. I just gotta kill scavs with my suppress gun.
Let me check this bag and I'll be out there with you. He likes the sugar. Oh shit.
Somebody behind the hills.
Copy. Did they light you up or what?
Hit my stomach up pretty bad, but I'm okay. To the left, center. Oh, I'm in a tree. For a second. Or a DVL to the north.
I don't have eyes on bad guy.
He's either in the tower or down low. Or he moves.
Oh, that's a fucking M1A. You inside healing? Tower's looking pretty clear. He's down below somewhere. I think he's on the other bunker.
That's where he shot me from. I'll just nade that area.
Fuck, he killed me. God damn it, he's close left, close left, close left.
Low or high?
Middle, middle, middle.
We got hit from where? Dude, I didn't even die to a gunshot there.
He's a level 51. Donnie Burger was his name.
Same place I died.
Oh, there's two of them. Does this dude have an M1A? Oh, no. Maybe they were teammates.
Again, I hate this map so much.
That's just unfortunate, dude. I guess I'm gonna use an RPK. This thing fucking fried. You don't think so? Fucking 60 rounders for the RP or for the like the 5 for 5 are so cheap, bro. Insane.
That barter.
They're only like 12,000 on the flea market though, dude. Like as cheap as like a shitty 40 or 30 rounder mag. Who the fuck was it sending those nades? I don't even know.
Forgot I have to wear a rig. I don't have to wear a rig, actually.
Just whenever you're good, pop that booty in here. I'll go back to the VOD.
Now that could be a wives' tale. It could be an urban, but they had it really nailed down. I know more than a few guys who in SF that once they got to a certain point, they were done. They sent it because they narrowed the beam down or whatever, the focus down to the point that they could tell this guy's not going to work out. But because they had the kind of institutional knowledge per se of different people in the past and psychological profiles and indicators and little triggers and stuff that they can dial in on and go, this guy's just not going to be a good candidate.
So they would actually pull guys that are making the time, just because they didn't think.
Well, what would happen is they would go to the board and then they'd get cut.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they would go to the board and they get cut. And that's how it would go.
And so when did you start OTC?
Mall selection, finished October, started it right after New Year, signed in the unit in December, got our gear, all that deal, went on Christmas break, and then came back right after New Year and started it.
So you had about, what, 3 months?
Yeah, ish.
What was that 3 months? What'd you fill that with?
Basically went back to bad colts. And once again, now I'm the guy that walked on water. Because you go back to that unit. I mean, you can go your entire Army career and never meet one guy who made it into Delta. Real easy. Real easy. And I went back and they're like, who made it? And they were like, right then. Dude, you're like now 6 inches off the ground. And then you didn't have paperwork, you hand your chain of command. And it said, individuals been, selected for a special missions unit. Orders will be coming down. There is no deferment allowed. He will absolutely, you can basically tell him reading the right act. Mm-hmm. This guy's going to go to Fort Bragg and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Because he's now, he's been selected at this level. You're at this level, you're not going to stop. And they had to do that because units, you're losing some of your best guys. Mm-hmm. This guy's a stud. He's one of the best guys, on your team or in your battalion, Ranger battalion or whatnot. And now he's leaving. Now I'm going to do whatever I can to keep him. Boy, they shut that down. By the time I went through, I'm sure early on that was a real problem. That's why they give you that piece of paper that you hand to your chain of command. And by the time I went through, there was no issues. Everybody, he made Delta, he's gone. So they would kind of just write you off. You're kind of on your own, doing your own PT, getting ready, packing up, waiting for the official order to come down so you know when you're actually leaving.
How was it checking into OCC?
Overwhelming at first. You're like, oh my God, I'm coming through the gate into the Delta Force. You come in, totally overwhelming. Then you start seeing the guys that you made it through selection with. They're going to be in your OTC class. You get the initial brief from the instructors, different instructors than you saw in West Virginia. That's cadre out of the squadrons. So like a troop, one of the squadrons will go up and rotate through every, B squadron might have it this time, C squadron, and then those are different guys than you see for the OTC instructors. Totally different guys. It's not one and the same. And then you get introduced to the instructors and you kind of get your gear together and all that. Just pretty overwhelming. Fortunately, they ease you into it. Then you're doing PT, but their thing is like now, we want to keep you in shape, but we don't want to break you down because you've already proven that you have what it needs what you need from a physical point of view.
Oh shit!
You just
Monk, are you in lobby with me?
We want to train you. We've assessed
party.
You. We feel like you are the correct raw material to become a Delta operator. Now we want to train you and evaluate you to see if in fact
I think Tarkov's breaking. Hold on.
A Delta operator. So that's the difference there. The PT isn't designed to tear you down. It's designed to keep you in shape. Team building.
Except the invite.
Yeah, it's individual, but now it's also can you function as a team.
How are you treated?
Oh, like adults. Yeah, no discouragement, no harassment. Yeah.
Is there any interaction between the guys going through OTC and the operators?
Very, very little. Basically, no, it's discouraged. It's very, yeah, like, they hate, because a lot of the guys know guys in the squadrons. And they're like, you see them in chow hall, you can say hi, but that's it. You don't talk to them. And then the guys in the squadrons are told, don't interact with the guys in OTC. Because you don't want to give them, hey, heads up, you know what I mean? To my buddy, oh, by the way, watch for this, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So you're basically both sides of the equation.
The what?
We're in group together, but
Yeah, are you in the lobby though?
no, I'm in my staff.
Alright, that's fair, that's fair.
I don't know how to.
I just never noticed that in group it shows your name as green. But I was like, is this shit broke right now? No, I think it's working how it's supposed to.
The OTC students are told, don't interact with the guys in the squadrons. The guys in the squadrons are told, don't interact with the guys in OTC.
Can you describe day one of training?
Pull
You
me
know,
in,
right off the bat, it was all about shooting. The first 2 weeks was all about shooting. Dry fire, we did like, I want to say at least, maybe, I don't know if it was a week. At least like 3 days of dry fire before we ever made it to the range. At least. All day. All day long for the first 3 days. And I could be wrong on that, it may be longer. But it was all about shooting right from the start. Because they realized shooting in CQB is what that unit's all about. I mean, that's the meat and potatoes. That's the very core of what that organization's about, is a Delta operator being able to do shooting and conduct close quarters combat. And that's everything in that organization revolved around that. Everything. Everything. I mean, there was different stuff you did, like VIP protection, high-speed driving, you know, different airborne operations. You would do helo operations. You know, you do a variety of things, but it all boiled down to what is the meat and potatoes, what's the core of what we're all about, shooting CQB. Then we started out with marksmanship, and then that was a common thread throughout.
Were there qualifications?
Oh, yeah.
What were some of the tougher quals?
Well, we had accuracy stuff, bullseyes at 25 yards, pistol stuff.
What size bullseye?
The standard B8, so you're talking a 5.5 inch black.
Damn.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, and you'd score it. You had different scoring rings on it. A possibility of 100. You have to score to a certain, and I don't remember what they were, but you have to, you have to score to a certain amount or in order to pass. And then you were evaluated on that on a pretty regular basis. Very accuracy oriented. Delta is famous for that. And that's why you see instructors out Delta. They're all.
Appreciate it, Monk. Was it the prime or what?
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
Nice, dude.
Announce it.
Feel it.
All accuracy based.
I'm not spending real dollars on you. Come on.
Get your ass out of here. I don't even think I have Prime anymore, to be honest, man. I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago, I went through and I cleaned up all my subscriptions, literally everything. I took me off everything besides one thing was Planet Fitness, which honestly I could leave that because I normally just use the base gym or our shop. Our shop has workout equipment, and same with the ops building next to us. But no, you know what I did get on though that you suggested to me a while back? You gotta take a little guess, Mr. Monk of Funk.
OnlyFans?
Hell no, I've already been on that. All right, bruh. No, no, dude. YouTube Premium.
Oh yeah, that's clutch, dude.
I've been gung ho about always never paying for that, and I always had to skip commercials. That is the one oh sorry, I also pay for Pandora too. So there's still 3 subscriptions I subscribe to, but Planet Fitness, Pandora, and now YouTube Premium, to be honest. I watch a shitload of YouTube, so I'm just like, I don't need to pay for this shit well, I mean, I don't need to click out these ads. And it's like 10 or 15 a month or something like that. I'm like, dude. I was like, I don't have any other subscriptions.
Better than Spotify or any of that. You find any song on Earth, with some few exceptions, I'm sure.
Honestly,
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's probably true. I could probably kill my subscription to Pandora. I've had Pandora since like 2012 or something. Dude, I've had that subscription for like 13 fucking years, bro.
I didn't even know that was an app still. But how do we? What's wrong with our lobby here?
Wait, are you in lobby with me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave group.
Wait, hold on. Stay in there. Oh, you can't even get in, bro. I just thought you were taking your sweet time. I'm like, damn, dude. Monk's going extra slow today. Reset your game. I'm going to reset mine too. Something's fucking up with it because I was able to disband the group already. Yeah, just reset your game, bro. Which is fucking stupid. I think I've only done like 2 raids. I don't understand how the game is breaking on me right now.
Clear my logs.
Yeah, I just did the same thing too. Yep, lovely. I would love to buy some viewers off of streambo.com. It's gotta call me IRL, all that good stuff. We're on good old US of A. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be working this time though.
Nobody's gonna have to tell you. You go, what about speed? Well, here's the thing. Nobody's gonna have to tell you to shoot faster in a gunfight. I'm in a gunfight. Nobody's gonna have, hey, dude, shoot faster. That's never gonna be a factor. The issue is getting hits on target. So you have to make sure. And I have a personal rule of thumb that I go by is under conditions of stress, the best you will be able to perform is 50% of normal. You know what I mean? If I'm shooting at a certain on the range, the absolute best I can hope to perform under conditions of stress is 50% of that particular standard. So you have to hold yourself to a high standard because I'm only gonna be here when I'm being shot at.
Mm-hmm. What about rifle? What were some of the tougher rifle quals?
We had stuff. We would do basic rifle marksmanship with M14s when I was there initially. Accurized M14, National Match M14s. As time went on, they did away with that, and it was full-size M16A2s, and then they eventually went to the M4. And it was, different positions, standing, kneeling, prone, basically different position shootings. Once again, very bullseye oriented, and for score. And you're evaluated to that stuff and ranked, and you had to meet a certain standard, or you would generally get remedial training, but after a certain point, and we had guys fail it, and generally they'd be put out of unit, or they would be put in a support role.
Fucking slowpoke over here, dude.
Shooting wasn't necessarily not important. It's important for everybody there, but not as important.
I know the game was breaking,
so they put him in a support role. Then
that was weird.
That point,
when I came back in,
we people out with CQB.
It literally had my my grenades inside my little sword buy stash, bro. I was like looking at that. I was like, what the fuck? BDU's on, baby. Alright, I feel it. I told you, my dad used to come home from work in that uniform back in like the 90s and early 2000s, bro. And when it was just us boys and dad, he would get off work, and first thing he would do is he'd go to the couch in the living room. He would lay on the couch like a mummy, and he'd be like, boys, take him off. And then we'd have to take off his boots. And then he would take a 15-minute nap. No, I know. He would take a 15-minute nap, dude, and then he would immediately get up and start cooking dinner for us. That was every fucking day, dude. That was Monday through Friday, every day, super strict. And then he would do like room inspections on us too. So like once the food was going, we'd all have to stand in line, and then he'd go room by room, make sure everything was like our rooms were orderly. Beds, hospital corners, all that other shit. And yeah, I told that motherfucker, dude, when it came to cleaning methods, because he went through like Army and Air Force boot camp, but whenever I did parade for the Air Force, that last day where the family watches you and you all march in and shit, you got to get tapped out by a family member in order to unfreeze, I guess. But dude, he like walked around. He's like, "Oh, you're looking pretty spiffy right now, Jason." And once he tapped me on the shoulder, no, well, he pretended to touch me, and then he pulled his hand back. Not so fast. I was like, in my head, I was like, motherfucker. But no, first thing I told him too, I was like, Dad, I know where you got those cleaning methods from. Whenever we were like kids. He's like, yeah, the Air Force and Army taught me a thing or two on how to keep you boys busy, so you guys weren't doing dumb shit. I was like, understood. Fucking mopping the floor with a rag the size of your hand, a normal rag, cleaning out the edges with a toothbrush, and it's like, dude, what the fuck are we doing right now?
That was really what it boiled down to.
Blood.
Bro, it was anytime we acted up too. So like my dad would be downstairs in his whitey tighties watching WWF, drinking Bud Light, while us boys were upstairs sleeping. And I know if we got caught, dude, it was like rice on the floor, hands at a 90-degree angle, and you just stood or kneeled that way on the rice for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then afterwards we would just pass the fuck out, dude. It still works, man. I haven't used that method. Well, I've never used like the rice method because that shit actually kind of hurt. But no,
enhanced interrogation technique.
Well, he told me later too that he learned it from when he was in Korea. He said a lot of Korean moms would use that on their kids. He's like, it's a pretty smart thing to do. And then he started using it on us. I'm like, shit, it kind of fucking hurt, actually.
Fucking Koreans.
Mm-hmm. Beating the hell out of their kids, bro.
That's what weeded people out. Because you know, you can take a guy through selection. You can.
Bro, there was this one time, too. All three of us boys were up, like, throwing wet fucking toilet paper at each other. So it would get stuck to the wall, too. And it would harden over the course of a couple days. And it would pull the paint off. So that pissed him off pretty badly, too. I'll like their story later. Alright, you need to go to RBST, right? Oh, wait, hold on. We got
tanks, really.
Well, hold on. Let's go over here first. We have a good spawn for KSM and SMP, though. Good. We both have that task, and then we'll go do RBST and the rest of your tanks, basically. Oh, shit. Hey, hey, be careful, be careful, be careful. Don't cross, don't cross. I don't have eyes on full.
Got me. I saw him, though. He's behind the gazebo.
Is he?
His head was fully visible. I can't believe I didn't clap him.
I'm gonna go up to rooftop and fucking mark him.
Oh, it's not a player. It's a guard.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Fuck this map! That can only scav reserve.
Hold on, bro. There's a... How the fuck I die?
Grenade, I guess.
Bro, one of the guards... I was literally crouched on the rooftop, so they had no eyes on me. One of the guards threw a fucking grenade at me.
I saw.
There was a two stack that rolled in there, dude. I was gonna go down there and just fucking third party him. Well, this whole dying business isn't really too fun, to be honest.
Nope. What else you got?
Want to go to streets? You want to do... It's only one task on streets, to be honest. Unless you want to go dick around on factory. Actually... Nah, fuck that. You want to go do some shoreline?
I'll just play shoreline for fun.
Well, I have a shitload of tasks there, too.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, let's fucking send it, baby. 3 markers, plus 3 more markers. Oof. I've never been this sad before, bro.
I play on the server I do. I usually do nights.
Oh, like Columbia or something like that?
Something like that.
It is safer, man. It's just whenever the stream's up, I hate doing nighttime on the stream just because it's maybe I'm just used to extra bright shit. I do play with gamma all the way set up. It's just too fucking dark. So I'm just like, alright, well, that limits me just to daytime. Which kind of sucks because it's easier to get quests done on nighttime though, 100%. We'll worry about reserve later.
quads. Where are my... Oh. What do you gotta do here?
Oh God. Pier, cottage, resort, all three tanks, room 306, west 306. There's a couple, dude. I normally stack my shoreline task, although I did knock out a few a couple days ago. But they are definitely restacking on me though. Why are they so expensive right now, dude? Why they make it that way?
Everything's pricey right now.
What is it?
Everything is.
Yeah. This last couple days have been kind of rough, to be honest, bro. I would like a 50 shabanger. You know what? Those will be top of 5.6. We'll do 5.5 on the 50-60 banger. Oh lordy, let me go grab my keys. Ah, fuck, I need to be doing this in AKM. It's 306. Well, we're ready for fucking war, dude. I gotta try to get some scab kills with the AKM too.
I'll wear a different bag. Since we're scared of the dark.
True that, true that. Shit. What are we doing over here?
Why did you find?
You can have them shooting, but when you go into a room and there's somebody shooting past you by a matter of inches, there's some people that absolutely cannot handle that. And we saw that with guys. You know, about every class there'd be somebody. I remember one guy, everybody liked him. He's a great dude. All the instructors liked him. He just could not do it. He couldn't do it. And he basically said, "Hey, I can't do this. I can't do it." And we let him go.
How complicated does it get?
Pretty complicated. If you can do it with protective mask on and all that jazz, but it gets to the point where you're coming in on your faster opening at night. Door charges, flashbangs. Live people. You have live bad guys. You got to shoot past them. And targets. You can even get munitions going on where you're being shot at with munitions. You're shooting back at them with munitions. That kind of, it can get very complicated and get really ramped up. And what you see is it really starts separating people. What you see is guys. If I'm coming into the house and it's during the day and I can see all the targets, that's one thing. But now I got to come in on a faster open. It's in the middle of the night, and the helos are flaring and dropping guys off, and there's rotor wash, and we got to put up door charges, and then we got to use flashbangs, and there's a team on this side of the hall, and there's a team on this side of the hall. We have to make sure we're not doing crossfire. All that stuff starts coming into play. Then some guys really start coming unraveled.
How many? I mean, what is a? Does everybody have CQB experience before they show up from their prior unit?
No.
How many
we
guys?
have some. We have now a lot more because you see Rangers doing it, Green Berets doing it, that kind of stuff because it's trickled down. But let's face it. I mean, guys in those combat arms. We see in infantry units too. They need to know how to do some basic CQB. They need to know how to do it because it's urban combat. You're flowing into a room with bad guys. You need to know how to be able to do at least a basic level of CQB. Now they're told right off the bat. How many guys know how to do CQB here? Nobody puts their hand up. And they go, "Yeah, you got the memo, right? There's the right way, there's the wrong way, there's the Delta way, and you don't know shit about CQB till you show up here, and we will teach you the way we do CQB."
How long do you spend on CQB?
Oh, dude. OTC is basically 6 months. Throughout the 6 months,
Go away.
I'd say 3 months of it is CQB.
Now,
If it's spread out because now you're doing VIP training, and you're doing high speed, you do a POW training, of course, towards the end. But you're doing different segments of the training of OTC. But the common threads are shooting and CQB. So if you go away for VIP training, when you come back, you're going to roll right back into some shooting and roll right back into CQB. So I would say the shooting and the CQB portion in OTC, a 6 to 7 month program, is probably half of it.
I mean, CQB just gets so complicated, and I'm just curious, when you show up at OTC and you have guys that that have, and it sounds like back then there was a lot of people that had zero exposure to CQB. I mean,
I have none.
What I'm trying to do here is bring to the audience how complicated this can get, and so when does it move from a center fed door with no windows, no exterior doors, no nothing, just targets in there, to a full building takedown where you got to worry about exterior doors. You're clearing rooms through windows into the next room. You're clearing other. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
and it's not just targets. It's sectors of fire. It's reading off the guy next to you. It's reading. It's green on green stuff. It's shooting through windows. It's clearing rooms before you even enter.
Yep.
I mean, how fast is the pace?
That's the bottom last third. That's the last 2 months.
Okay.
Now the 6 month program, 7 month program. That's the last 2 months.
How long do you spend on just the basic center fed doorway into a room with nothing exterior to worry about?
Oh man, that basic level, probably
A week.
Yeah, and then it just starts going from there. Okay, we're in this room now. We got to go to that room, and then that kind of evolves. So that really basic stuff, probably 2 weeks, maybe 3, and then different structures on the compound. They have multiple structures to do CQB in.
Stairwells, hallways,
stairwells, hallways. You get used to this shoot house. As soon as they're used to it, now we come over here.
How many shoot houses are there?
Oh my god. If I had to guess now, when I was there, probably 10.
10 different shoot houses.
Yeah. Yep. If I had to guess, I'd say 10.
How long is it before you start using live ammunition?
All right. Oh lordy, lordy. Shoot, Monk. Let's go do the sunken SUV real quick. And then we'll probably backtrack, see if I can pull a few Scaverinos down over by like Scav Island and whatnot.
I'm gonna mute your stream when I stop playing.
Fair, fair. If you see any scabs, it would be nice if you didn't kill them. Just so I can try to,
Yes.
so I can try to get my AKM kills.
Man, I DC'd.
You DC'd?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I think I died. I got to run through. I ran through the
Oh,
fucking lighthouse.
that's fine. That's fine. Let me
Yeah. Do
Let-
your thing.
let me grab my SUV and then get a few scab kills and I'll backtrack path to shoreline. I'll come pick it back up. Bro, that's kind of funny actually.
Look at all my gear. I'll just go.
Oh wait, that wasn't your nade, was it?
No, that or not that, but I somehow extracted.
All right.
We go night, do a quick raid.
Someone some fucking nades over here, bro.
There's a few spawns that way. I'm gonna finish Insomnia.
Fucking A, dude. There's something sus about these cocksuckers, bro. The fuck were they doing throwing nades over here? Well, I think I killed one of those dudes. $14 fucking hours, bro. Homeboy has 23 raids. 23 fucking raids, dude. And he's a level 15. He has 12 fucking raids.
The suspect account, at least.
Dude's a fucking idiot, man. It's whatever. Oh, I didn't kill the other one. Interesting. It's whatever, man. Those dudes can fucking kick rocks, man. Certified pussies. Pussies. Well, that blows.
Just gonna keep my Reaper.
Really soon. I'm gonna let you in on something. There's three things that dialed me into this is the NFL. This is the big leagues. Number one, when I got there and we were using gold medal, federal gold medal ammunition for basic rifle, we weren't using standard ball. We were using federal gold medal match for our M14s. Basically $1.50 a round ammo for M14s. I knew right then because I knew enough what that ammo, how expensive it was. I'm like, whoa. We had Mag 58s instead of M60s. Before the M240 was adopted, and the, Marines were using the M240, or you know what I mean, and the Rangers not, we were using them before any of them. I knew right then, head and shoulders gun over the M60. And we had Mag 58s. The last one, the big one. We carried live ammo all the time. Everywhere on Fort Bragg. You saw a guy, Delta guy, out on a four-wheeler or on a ruck march or wherever, he's got live ammo on him. On Fort Bragg. Really low-key. That's something that everybody did, nobody talked about. 82nd Airborne didn't know anything about it. Unit MPs, I mean, because that's unheard of in the regular Army for guys to be walking around with live ammo. You had live ammo on you all the time.
Why is that?
To get you used to having live ammo and being responsible with it. You know what I mean? How to manage the load, manage the weight. Knowing when you're handling my weapon, my weapon's loaded. So I have to be aware of muzzle, finger off the trigger. I have to be
I'll send the
what's going
invite.
on with this weapon because it's loaded, it's ready to go. Yeah, whoever dreamed that up, I gotta give him, I mean,
We
way back in the day, the
won't
OG Delta guys, I gotta give him credit.
flying
How long
right.
has Delta been around before?
Not 1977, I got there.
This is a long loaded
1988,
time,
so
to be
1 year.
honest.
Now, 77 when it started, that was very much in its infancy.
Honestly, I'm just
So
going to come in with a
really
baby
ramped up to
kit.
about 79, and then Desert One was 1980. So really, the unit had been up and running about a decade-ish by when I got there, maybe a
I
little
died.
less.
You can have my stuff.
And you're talking about some Mac V-SOG pipe hitters organized that unit and started. We're talking about some serious OG pipe hitters got that place going that knew from what it worked and what didn't work in Vietnam, and they made sure that we didn't do the same mistakes when we started Delta.
So this is where the Vietnam guys went.
Yes. Guys like Dick Meadows, the OG, serious OG pipe hitter. It was a guy that was in on the ground floor. He's retired, but Charlie Beckwith brought him in to get that organization going. And he kind of set the tone, set the standards for the organization, him and others. But Mac V-SOG legends like Dick Meadows, those are the guys that laid the groundwork. And I'm sure those are the guys that said, guys are going to be carrying live ammo all the time.
So when you were there, you were probably there with a lot of the plank owners. Do you guys call them plank owners?
Yeah,
Plank owners for the audience means that they're the
original guys.
official-
Yeah, actually there was quite a few. They're OTC-1. The guys that were there from
a
from
lot more
OTC number
Euros
1 and 1. Yeah, oh yeah. We were there from some of them.
What class were you?
OTC 23.
Bolt action.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah. Fill it.
When I was there was about 200 people that had been Delta Force operators.
That's it?
That's it at that time. I have no idea where they're at now because I've been out of there for 20 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're at. But OTC 23, and there have been about 200 guys that have been Delta operators.
Wow.
In a decade.
What was it like at graduation?
Oh, dude. Well, interestingly enough, they didn't make a big deal about it. They called crossing the hall. You'd come in, you'd get an interview, they'd assess how you did in OTC, and you're going A squadron. That's where I went, and that was it. You packed up your stuff. Your stuff was already packed up because you were going to be moving that day. And you knew whether you'd be passed or not.
30 grand.
Or you were going to squadron. You just didn't know what squadron you were going to. And you'd take your stuff over, and they'd say, yeah, you're on F team or whatever, and you'd go into F team, put your stuff in the wall locker.
What did they say at your review?
I was, interestingly enough, I was the first guy in West Virginia to go in for the board, and I was the first guy after OTC to go in for the board. Out of my OTC class. Very first guy in West Virginia that went in for the board. Very first guy that went in to after OTC. And people said, well, that's nothing to it. Bullshit. Now, I know for a fact now because I was on the other end of this. They're bringing in a guy that's a no-brainer. That's obviously going to go to the unit, or he's finished OTC, because that warms up. That gets the guys who are on the board warmed up to the questions and the sequence and the program of how you're going to interview these guys. And I remember at the time, well, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Or I knew at the time, I go, that doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? They're going to say the guys are questionable towards the end. And they're going to say those guys are questionable towards the end. The guys that they may need to grill, and I'm not really talking about OTC. They pretty much know. You know whether you're going to go to a squadron or not. That's kind of a given. Talking about out there in West Virginia after selection. They keep those guys to the end, but they may have to drill for 30 minutes. And, because they track this guy all the way through. They know what he's done right and what he's done wrong. We've got a couple guys that, I thought they were good to go. They got bounced on the board. And so,
Wow.
Yeah.
What did they say at your board?
Guys. I made a classic mistake. Oh, my God. They asked me a question, and they go, well, why'd you do this? And I go, well, other guys did it too. Oh, dude, yeah. That's the kind of comment I made. I go, well, I'm sure other guys were doing it too. Oh, my God. They were laid into me on that one. Yeah, as soon as I said it, I was like, why did I say that? And then they start talking to you, and they go, well, you need to understand something, Sergeant Vickers. Delta Force is part of the Army. You have to be part of the Army if you're going to be in. And they kind of lead you up to where you're like, oh, my God, they're going to tell me I didn't make it. And they purposely do that. And then at the very end, the commander goes, I want to be the first one to welcome you to the Delta Force.
How'd that feel?
Oh. Unbelievable. The high of the high. Only one thing was ever higher than that. One thing. Rescuing Kurt Muse out of a Delta prison. In my life.
Wow.
Yep. That's the only thing that's higher than him shaking my hand. And then they all come up to shake your hand. So yeah, early on, they bring in a guy that's a no-brainer. This guy's no-brainer. He's going to the unit, or he's going to a squadron, no-brainer. And that's just to warm the board staff up, the guys who are on the board. Because quite a few of them, it's the first time they've been on the board. They don't really know the sequence, and they're either coached, hey, these are the kind of questions you ask, this is the kind of responses you're looking for. But, you got to get them warmed up to be on board. And they do. Early on, you're bringing in guys that are no-brainers.
Do you remember what they asked why you did? Whatever it is that you did?
No, I don't.
Do you remember any of the specific questions?
No, I really don't. I just remember that one response that just opened the door for them. I just realized, oh my God, why did I say that? Well, other guys were doing it, or whatever. Something. Well, I'm sure other guys were doing it too. That was stupid. I knew it as soon as it came out of my mouth. But I don't remember exactly what the question was. No, I don't remember exactly what the question was. But
Where did you go from there?
From selection or
From OTC?
A squadron?
A squadron.
Yeah, A squadron. I went to A2 troop, F team. And I was a junior guy on F team.
How did they greet you?
Good. Treated as a professional. No, didn't look down on anybody. A little bit of hazing and stuff, but real minor stuff. Nothing major. Because, you respected the guy. You probably already gotten word. Hey, this guy's a star. He was one of the best guys. You know what I mean?
Stuff.
The what?
What's with all the markers? Where do you gotta
Oh,
go?
Pier, Cottage, and Resort. And then I need to do the 3 tanks. Fuck. With our spawn too, if we'd ran down towards tunnel, we might have been able to kill those guys. I don't know.
You mean the tank at construction or the UN truck?
No, I gotta do the 3 tanks. So the one over at Village, the one over by Red Rebel Extract, the little bridge with the sniper scavs, and then there's one on that little bridge by Weather.
They should pier.
No, yeah, I have my 3 other markers too. I have to mark Pier, and then I got to mark a cottage,
Oh,
and then I got to
I
mark
got
resort.
I
Yep.
get it. I get it.
So it should be at 6 in total. Bro, those fucking guys were throwing nades, dude. I don't know. That was so fucking sus, man.
You die to a AI?
No, those are two PMCs that rolled up on me. One was a level 15 with 14 raids in.
Yeah, I saw it. It was the sus profile.
Tis
Looks
what
like
it
a new
is.
account.
Oh, brand new account, dude. Like 30 hours or 14 hours, something like that. I don't even know.
Right, but I mean, a legit guy could buy a new account, but
hmm
I tend to err on the side of caution with that. Just
Yeah, I
assume,
don't believe it. 14 raids, RE level 15, because the remainder were just scav runs.
yeah, the XP you would need per raid is crazy.
Yeah. I know the first couple raids, if you do really well, you can jump a couple levels, but no, once you get
Yeah,
past
because it only
level
takes like
10,
2,000 XP
yeah,
or 20 or whatever.
I just don't believe it for a sec, man. Now they didn't have aimbot on or anything like that because I was able to. I thought I killed one of them. I guess I didn't because I looked at the screen afterwards, but I could have swore I saw homeboy fucking drop. Uh, yeah, but then the second one rolled up on me with that stupid ass SVD with the extremely magnified scope, and he killed me with that.
Remember, I've got like a 10-second delay from your stream.
Oh yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Did bring this is a good spot for loot, actually.
I'll head it up.
Check the tower. Alright.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go snag these stashes down here in the corner.
Another one I'll show you right here.
I bought a bunch of PP rounds for the AK too. These things do like 42 pen a pop. Then give it time for the boys to like run over to oh, I didn't come in with a hemostat.
Something off a scav. I found one of those split mode EOTechs if you want it.
Oh, did you? I might actually take that off you. In case I got to shoot far distance.
It's not here, but it's me.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah. I gotta be stream, yeah.
Did you end up VoIPing?
No, that was just whatever.
You mind dumping that little scope?
Oh yeah.
I'll use it if shit gets hot, man. Just because the magnification purposes on it. Is it inside there?
Yeah, just like all of it.
Nice.
You gotta go drunk tank.
Oh, you know what? I also need to grab this stuff for,
Unleash.
I think it's Vitamins Part 1, or it could be Lend-Lease. You know how you have to grab the broken boxing northeast of
Yeah,
Weather?
it's right over here.
Well, I'm going to run south real quick and see if I can pull a scav kill. Those dudes, it should be about time. They should be spawning over
There's
by
a UN
the...
truck down there. But if
No.
you need your Lend-Lease,
Yeah, it's up over by Weather, northeast of it. Now I'm going to see if I can pull a
I'm
scav
next to
kill.
it.
The box?
Yeah,
Alright.
it's right before radio. You didn't come here. Okay.
Nope, no scabby boys spawn over there. Making my way to you.
Well, you still got a UN truck, right?
No, I don't need to mark UN trucks. That's further down the line.
I'm next to a pond.
Yep, I see you.
There's a stash here somewhere. I've never fucking found it.
I'm at the little cross, or the little direction thing.
Yeah, hit that stash and then pass the ponds, turn left towards radio. And that's where the box is at.
Oh, is the one you're standing next to?
Yeah.
See, I don't think that's not the box anymore. They moved it. That used to be the old box.
I checked it.
Yep.
think it is.
I mean, I can double check it and see if it's spawns there, but the new box is northeast of Weather though now. I have no idea why they moved it out of that box though. But, you know, let me double check it. Yeah, it's going to be in the one northeast of Weather.
Could swore I get it out of there.
God, my disdain for this
Weather.
magnified holographic is on levels I can't even comprehend, dude. I fucking hate this scope.
Sucks, but it's not so bad that you can't use it.
No, yeah, you can still get kills with it, but oh god, it is fucking horrendous though.
I just zero it at 100 and hope for the best. Pretty much every scope this way I do.
Yeah, I think I
Some
learned that
on,
from
like,
you. Put the fucker at 100, beginning of raid.
Lighthouse. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if, like, whenever you do... Oh, did you kill something? It's a dead PMC.
Oh.
Interesting. He's already been looted.
People are with it. Is that red smoke or a bush?
I can't tell, to be honest.
Red shots of the expansion. Oh no, it's resort.
Oh, it's towards Resort, yeah. So this motherfucker should be north... Oh, I think I'm rolling up on it. Yes, sirree.
Be there soon.
I'm gonna go to
Oh,
the
yeah,
bridge with the tank
towards
under
me.
it, or the tank on top of it.
Alright, I'll be there.
That'll be my first plant. When we get done with that plant, let's head on down up here. We'll give the time for the boys at Resort to kill each other off.
Okay.
I think I hear you running up. Yep. I'm to your left.
I'm like scanning resort. Can't see past. where
Nothing.
they're at. Must be inside.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm sure those scav snipers are up.
Yep.
Definitely one.
Is it? Let me get that kill off, homeboy.
Front right.
I'm stashing here.
Or our front right. You can see my stream. should be able to get them where I'm at. If you line up right under the power lines.
Got his bitch ass, bro. Good call out. All right, let's head down to pier.
Hit the tank.
I did. Yep. Bro, I love the fact that they added this this fucking fallen over tree to cross over.
Yeah, I use it often.
Yeah, same here. I'm crossing that tree right now, though, Monk.
I'm on the east side of it.
Alright.
Checking pier for you.
Yeah, hopefully a scav or two spawns at gas station. That'd be
I think there's
nice.
one behind it.
Is there?
No, that's the door.
I got eyes on you. Well, I'm pretty certain killing Sturman and the boys counts as
Definitely.
scav kills up here on this quest too. I'm pretty certain.
Dead scav.
Where?
On the right side of the potted plants.
Copy. You know what? I need that. An Emmer Snatch. Oh god.
They're upstairs.
Here in the fucking water. Did somebody already loot the safes or no?
Finding out. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, everything's empty.
That's fair.
Get your thing.
Now shit, to be honest, I'm thinking let's go to cottage. And then we'll make our way up to resort. Bro, I hate this little stretch right there. When you're alongside the shoreline or the beach, you have nowhere to go if they start blasting you from the mountain.
Just hook this thing all the way up. You're in like a
bad.
crevice.
Oh no. Those shots are going to be at cottage though, 100%.
Oh, shit.
So we might have to run into some bad guys, dude.
I'm gonna resort first if you want.
No, I'd rather do cottage first, man. I don't know what that gun sounded like, to be honest, dude.
Scav on PMC.
It definitely wasn't suppressed. Shit was loud as fuck. I'm above you. Oh, shit.
That's out of nowhere. He's close to you.
That was my boy! Fucking A, bro. How the... my fucking mouse ran up against my gun, dude.
Yikes.
Bro, I should have killed him, dude. That was fucking pathetic, dude. He was literally reloading his RPD, dude.
He had like a PM or something.
I just can't... You know what? I'm gonna go play some arena. I gotta warm up, bro. I think I'm just playing like fucking trash, to be honest. Or... I don't even fucking know, bro. I don't even know.
Oh, your break. I'll go eat some food. Is that Arc Raiders game out yet? Or is it just,
No, not yet. Bro, the game actually looks fun as fuck, to be honest. It drops sometime this
yeah,
month, though.
might cop that.
Oh, yeah, same here, same here.
I
this
have
guy's
really
kind of,
bad
you know, he's
internet where I'm at now.
The what?
I have terrible internet where I'm at now. I'm on Wi-Fi and he's like a plan.
How's that?
But figure it out eventually. His ISP like shut down my router by Nighthawk. Like, no, you can't use that.
Ah, fill it, fill it.
Link up in a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm watching a little replay.
I'll leave the stream up.
That was my boy. Bro, that's when my fucking mouse got stuck on my gun, dude. Cause I have an extended magazine in it, so it sticks out further. I should have got that kill, bro. It's fucking retarded. Tis what it is, though. That was my boy. I could not look any further to the right, dude. Fucking A, bro. How the... my fucking mouse ran up against my gun, dude. Yeah. I'm a bit sour about that. Alright, well, fuck it. We're gonna go do some arena and warm up, though. These raids have not been kind to me.
okay, but You know, he obviously met the standard. He wouldn't be going to squadron, right? But you may have already kind of gotten the word on the guy. And maybe the guy who thinks he's all-star, maybe knock him down a couple notches. You know what I mean? Or, hey, this guy's a stud. We got word, yeah, this dude he killed it in OTC. And they're like, really? He goes, yes. You see what we had? Kevin Holland. Superstar, came from ST6. And we watched him like a hawk. I put him through selection. He was our number 1 guy.
No shit.
Oh, dude, he killed it. He absolutely killed it. And I remember talking to him. At the end, I go, do you know any more guys in the SEALs like you? He goes, yeah, we know. I go, talk to them about coming here. I go, because we need all the guys like you we can get. He was a rock star. And we were watching him like a hawk. Like he's a SEAL, you know, he came from ST6. You know what I mean? Dude, the dude was a rock star. Absolute rock star. He was the number 1 guy in his class.
Wow.
He killed it. Absolutely killed it. By the end of it, any of the cadre would have taken him on his team in a New York second.
When you did show up to A Squadron, how do you feel that your proficiency in CQB and just being an operator in general measured up to the guys that were?
You knew you were at a pretty basic level. The guys there had been doing it, many of them, for years now. You've only done it for a few months. Now, that being said, I went in, I mean, CQB-wise, one thing I like to learn, I shot at a very high level as soon as I walked across the hall. And I was, you know, within probably the top 5 guys shooting-wise as soon as I walked across the hall in A Squad.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's one thing I've always, you know, I just had the ability to dial in on combat marksmanship, and I did. I was probably in the top 5 as soon as I walked across the hall.
Is it competitive?
Oh, yeah.
How so?
You want a team. You don't want to embarrass yourself. So when you go out shooting, you know, there's peer pressure. It's not overt. It's not like in your face or nothing like that. But, you know, if you don't do real well,
We're probably gonna dick around the Ash. I want to unlock PS12B for it, so I think in order to unlock that, you have to keep playing with the gun. I might have already unlocked it too. I don't even know. Fuck you, dude! Do I even have a kill? Fuck, dude. Man, that recoil is a bit much on the Ash. Fuck with it though. I need PS12B for this gun to be a bit more effective. No. No, dude. I feel like I should have got that. I played it well. Fuck. Holy fucking recoil, man. Ah. Fuck, dude. I heard the movements in my left too. Fuck. I could not tell with that audio, man. That kind of confused me a bit. Don't do it, bro! Is someone fucking moving? Fuck you, dude. Oh. God damn it. His yellow mask bounced around, dude. I mean, I think it's still a class 3 though, I'm pretty certain. Oh. respect it. I can respect it. Fuck you, Artoon. We're gonna see if we have PS1 unlocked. I don't think I went positive. I think 21 and 25. Oh, we got some tasks done. I like that sound. I don't even know what the arena pass is for, to be honest. Yeah. What up, Shelby? Bird is the word, baby. Oh. Why is it not clicking? Alright, we're gonna just see if I have the ammo unlocked. Fuck. I don't even know how to... I don't know enough about fucking arena. I don't know how to see when I unlock PS12B. Bro, there was a fucking way to... Oh, there it is. That's it? Bro, how can I tell when I unlock PS12B for the Ash 12? We'll try a different gun. See about the living one. Oh my god, I don't even have all this shit received, bro. What the fuck? No, I'd be fine with that. Oh, so Scout. I don't even know what it's under right now, to be honest, man. Oh, Enforcer. Oh, Shelby. You are a fucking sweetheart, bro. Thank you. I don't know. Do I fuck around with the Ash 12 or do I keep dicking around with the, You know what? No. We're gonna go with the Ash 12, bro. I've been enjoying the fuck out of it. Thank you, Shelby. I got love for this gun, bro. Oh, you can only mess around with the 10 rounders, though. It seems. I don't know if I want to do that, dude. 10 rounders are fucking horrible. Yeah. You can come pop in. I'll pick you up, slide you over. I had to warm up, dude. I thought I did. Yeah, there's no option. Yeah, it literally only has the 10 round mag, bro. I got love for the Ash, but 20 rounders, that's like pushing it. I can fuck with 20s, but 10s, that's just, it's not enough, man. Not enough. I'll probably work a different weapon, to be honest, bro. I normally have the AKM here, or AKMN or whatever. Oh, pop in the Discord, I'll slide you up. Can you hear me?
What up, fool?
Shit. No, I've just been doing some Tarkov, man. No, I don't know. I've been getting my ass whipped on normal Tarkov, so I thought I'd come over to Arena and warm up.
Cool.
I don't know what gun to fucking... to build? Two Lega medals for a Val, bro. That's insane. Do we go with the MDR? We might do the MDR, actually. I don't know. Well, let's see what other guns I got. How's your day been, Shelby?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
It's been a productive day, bro.
First day of summer school. Let's go.
Oh, did you fail
Now,
a
hold
couple
on.
of your classes, or
Now
what?
hold on.
Or
Now
you
hold
just trying
on.
to get ahead?
Now hold on. Now hold on. I'm trying to get ahead. Early graduation. I graduate this month. This month instead of in May of next year.
Are you fucking serious, bro?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool, actually. Alright, we're just gonna fuck with the black MDR. I got love for this gun. It making my wiener feel good. Let's see. Something happened. How many classes are you taking at summer school? Honestly, I didn't even know there was a fucking
2.
option. What classes?
English and math. First senior. Senior English and math.
I fucking
I got
hate
it. Okay.
English, bro.
Look at this. Look at this. Okay. They were gonna have me. They were gonna stick me and stick it to me actually with summer school on English portion. They were gonna give me 1 semester only, and they were gonna have me on an automated path program, and it's all do it myself. Listen to this teacher that's online talk. That's not even real. Like they pre-recorded these videos, mass produced it. It's called Edgenuity.
All right.
It's rank, okay? It's stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever done. It's the reason why I failed my first quarter of chemistry. That's all they had for us for juniors. They had no chemistry teacher for us, right? So I just flunked chemistry the first quarter, and I was planning on doing it the second quarter, but they found a teacher, right? But
Right.
Edgenuity, no longer have to do that for the first semester of English for senior English. Now what I get to do is the easiest thing that I've ever done because I genuinely like writing things. I'm starting my own anime. It's I have like I think I have 70 close to 70-ish chapters of an anime that I've written myself over just this year of my junior
70
year.
fucking chapters?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, all right. All right.
It's really interesting too. I really like the concept that I went around with. But they're gonna give me an assignment. It's called it's a 10-page research. It's a 10-page research assignment, and that's gonna be like 20 times more engaging for me than whatever Edgenuity has to offer. Haven't even looked at it, but it's gonna be 20 times more engaging. So I'm probably gonna get that done very soon. Probably like within the next 3 or 4 days, and then I'll be done with first semester English.
Boy, nice, nice.
Then I do have to do second semester English on Edgenuity. That's gonna suck. But
I
10
fucking
page
despise
research
English, to be
paper.
honest, bro. I am not good at it, man.
I was
I'm
blessed with being good at it, but I hate it. Like I don't like English. I'm just good at it. Like genuinely good at it. So unless it interests me, I don't like to do English work. But this interests me. So we're gonna be doing the law and how lawyers use the law to do their job. Basically, that's what we're doing our 10-page research assignment on. So that's gonna be very, very easy.
That's fair. That's fair. Wait, hey, are you in lobby? Are you in game? Are you in my lobby? No, no.
No, my game's freaking checking the integrity of game files.
That's fine. That's fine. All right, we're gonna use fucking MDR.
Ah, W weapon.
All right.
BCPFMJ still works in that thing. That's great. Ooh.
It does. It does. All right. I'm gonna go take a fucking piss. I'll be back here in a sec.
All right.
Don't say anything crazy spicy. We do got the stream up. I'm gonna try to
I
do
was
like
about to go mute and go grab something in the kitchen anyway.
I'm gonna try to do like a 5 or 6 hour stream, maybe even 8 hour. Or wait, it's already 7. That'd be like 4 hours.
I got time.
Like a 6 hour stream. It's not too bad. All right, I'll be back here in a sec.
You beat yourself up. I mean, you're in Delta Force. And this organization is known for shooting. If you don't hold the standard, you're going to beat yourself up. If it gets bad enough, you're going to get talked to. Your team sergeant's going to pull you aside and say, dude, you got to put in extra time. You know, if I need to work with you, I will. We'll get you dialed in with one of the best shooters here. You know what I mean? If it gets bad, that's pretty rare. That's pretty rare.
What's the culture like? I mean, coming from the SF team, which you were really unimpressed with, what's the culture like at Delta?
You know, SF team, we've talked about this a little bit, kind of a little bit more of cohesive partying type. We're going to drink together, you know what I mean? Come over to the house on the weekend. We're going to watch football, drink, that kind of stuff. Delta is much more, from when I was there, much more mission focused. Really focused about why you're there and what you're all about. Camaraderie and whatnot, but it's like, hey, going over to your house on the weekend and drinking beer with you and watching football, that's over here. What we're about is right here. And it's the organization. And once I go back to the Dick Meadows piece, I don't know how much you know about the guy. There's a fantastic book written about him called Quiet Professional. Is that the name of it? I'll think about it. Maybe on break I'll look it up. But and this dude set the standard. He was Mac V SOG legend, never lost a man in combat.
Wow.
In Mac V SOG. 13 POWs captured. He captured more enemy combat, not POWs, excuse me, enemy combatants than anybody. He's the guy that went in and he became an officer because of this, and eventually became a major, retired major. He went in and he got video footage, him and his team, video footage of the Ho Chi Minh Trail to prove that the Ho Chi Minh Trail actually existed.
No shit.
That was sent back to Congress, and Congress was shown this is Ho Chi Minh Trail, and Dick Meadows is the guy who did it. I mean, we're talking about a Mac V SOG legend. And he set the standard. He was in charge of the assault force on the Sante raid. So when you went in there, you didn't know it, but you had that Dick Meadows umbrella or standard set. Unbelievable planning. I mean, detailed planning down to the absolute smallest detail. And Delta, that's what we were all about. So it was a serious, focused organization in terms of mission focus. Partying at your house on the weekend for watching football, that's not very important. This is what's important. But you asked about what's the different culture, what's the different feel, that's it. Delta's all about the mission. SF, and I'm not saying it's not, but it's, you got more of a, it's just a different feel to it. Like I said, come over to the house, we'll drink beer over the weekend, we'll have a team party, we'll cook out, that's all cool. And we did some of that stuff in Delta, but nothing like you saw elsewhere, nothing. It was all about, and there were some legendary team leaders. Some of them were absolute Nazis about stuff. Like you were supposed to be in at 8 o'clock, like going on the range. You were firing the first shot when 8 o'clock hit.
Gotcha.
Not show up and we're heading to the range at 8. You're on the range, pulling the trigger, and the first bullet's going down range when 8 o'clock hits. And dude, there were Olympic, and you've seen them too. You were in the SEAL, so you've seen what I'm talking about. Olympic level athletes. I mean, guys that were, I still can't believe some of the physical accomplishments that they would do.
Yeah.
And guys that were Olympic level athletes in organizations. You've seen it, I've seen it. I mean, you're a stud to get in that organization to begin with, but guys that are on this level.
Wow. Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some of your operations. Debt doesn't just show up one day, it builds, little by little. Credit cards, car loans, medical bills, and suddenly you're juggling payments, feeling stuck. But here's the good news, you're not stuck. You just need a reset. All right, Larry, we're back from the break. We covered OTC, you're at the unit, you're in A Squadron. How long are you there before you go on your first operation?
So, I got there summer of 89, and we ended up doing Panama in December of 89, so 6 months.
6 months and you're on your first mission.
Yep. And we heard scuttlebutt that there was a guy, we heard it was a CIA guy, that was held in Panama in a prison, and there was people working on it in terms of a rescue mission, and it followed the squadrons in terms of when you were on an alert cycle, you would work on the mission, and then when you came off alert cycle, it would go to the next squadron, you would hand it off, and they would develop the plan and rehearse, and they'd tweak it, and then when they came off alert cycle, they'd hand it off to the next hey, this is what we got. And we didn't know if it would ever happen because it was all part of the bigger picture in terms of, it was called Blue Spoon and eventually became Just Cause. And it was going down to overthrow Noriega and his government, is really what it was. The Kurt Muse rescue was a piece of that because, one, George Bush Sr. had made it a priority, hey, we're going to rescue this guy. And we knew he was held in Mandela Prison, which is the premier prison in Panama City. I mean, it was basically their model prison, or whatever you want to call it. It was the #1 prison in the country. And that's where he was being held. And it was a block away from the Comandancia, which is essentially the Panamanian Pentagon. So it was basically right in the heart of the belly of the beast, for lack of a better term. And we knew if we didn't get him at the beginning, he was going to be killed as soon as the invasion went off. So the Just Cause was initiated by the rescue operation to get Kurt Muse out. That started the sequence of events that became Just Cause and the whole countrywide effort to overthrow Noriega and his government.
Can you describe what was going on in Panama at the time?
Well, a lot of, at one time, Noriega was basically an ally of the United States. Well, that flipped. The guy's corrupt. I mean, he was a shitbird. And there was a lot of unrest. There was a lot of tension between the Americans and the Panamanians, and it was escalating. It just, over time, it just got worse and worse and worse. And it all came to a head when, just before Just Cause kicked off, A Squadron was on our alert cycle. We'd been training for the Mandela prison raid because we'd got a hand off, and we were putting our, tweaking it, putting our touches to the mission. And we'd been rehearsing it. There was I want to say a Marine lieutenant that was killed at a checkpoint. I want to say right near the Comandancia. They started harassing the guy. If memory serves me correct, the way it worked was he was in a vehicle with a couple other military personnel, and they kind of went through this checkpoint, and one of the Panamanians shot at him and hit him and killed him.
Shit.
Killed this Marine lieutenant. I think it was a Marine, but I know for a fact it was a U.S. military personnel lieutenant was killed. I remember hearing about that on the news, and I went, ooh, this is not going to go well. And sure enough, our beeper went off like that, and I went, oh, I got to go in. And we went in. I saw Eldon Bargewell, the squadron commander, Mac V. Sog legend, and he said, Blue Spoon's going down 2 days from now. Like, whoa. And we got on the birds, and we were the first ones down to Howard Air Force Base before all JSOC came down and basically descended in SOCOM. JSOC and SOCOM descended on Howard Air Force Base and established that as a an HQ for the special operations piece of Just Cause.
Shelby, you there? All right, we'll go do a match without him.
And this has been building up for a while. We've been doing rehearsals. We had some pretty major rehearsals for it. Basically, like I said, it was called Operation Blue Spoon and then became Just Cause. And by the way, it's called Acid Gambit now. I never heard during the mission, ever heard the terms Acid Gambit. Never did. It was only till later. Much later. And I'm not sure why that is.
Bro, sorry. I can't even get out of raid, dude. I was like, interesting. He's
all
not
good.
responding.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'll screen share for you.
Let me knock this out.
Yeah, I believe in you. I was watching and I was like, he's gonna click the button. He doesn't know he's deafened.
Click, 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 click,
He's
click,
gonna
click.
click the button.
All right. Well, we'll go in, knock this bastard out, and skedaddle.
Heck yeah. Get him.
Sorry, bud. That
That's the
load-in,
last hero.
that load-in time, dude, on Arena is just insanely quick compared to Tarky, dude.
That's the last hero.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The load-in time is crazy fast nowadays.
XD, 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 XD. Oh my god.
Me and Buffalo are gonna fight again at some point.
Did you get close last time or what?
Oh, dude, it was super close.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Scrooge would like to get in here.
Yeah, bring him in, bring him in.
I don't have to.
Uh-oh. Dad's calling right now. Fuck you, dude!
I don't have the rolls to do anything.
Fuck, there's a guy to my right too. dude.
How many times has XD got you? How many times?
The what?
How many times has XD got you?
Too many. Fuck, dude! I'm surprised not one of those shots connected.
Yeah.
XD's going fucking ham, boy. Fuck, dude!
That was my kill.
Ah, damn it. Bro, I am not doing too fucking hot right now.
Me neither.
It's always that XD motherfucker, too. Fuck you, XD!
Yeah, the bolt. Yeah, the bolt action.
Come on, that one was bullshit. I gotta go call Dad. I don't know why, but he kept calling me a bunch. Hey, give me a second. I gotta see what my dad wanted, and I will be back here shortly. I'll pick you up here too once you're done. Fucking A, dude. I didn't even go positive at all. It was definitely an L. It's fine.
You know what I mean?
What were you guys? What was the FTXs for? I mean, did you guys have? I know what they were for. Did you guys have a layout of the prison? Did you know where he was? I mean, how Nat's ass was the intelligence back from you guys to plan this?
There had been an Army doctor who'd been allowed to go in and see him. I don't think it was once a week. I think it was once a month, and he was in there 9 months. I think it was once a month. This Army doctor was able to go in and check on his health and welfare, and the Army doctor was debriefed extensively every time he came back. So we started getting really good intel on where he was held inside the prison, you know, what condition he was in, the layout of the prison. We were able to get some really good intel from this Army doctor. We would do flybys. When we were down there initially, we went down initially to train up. We would do flybys with helicopters and look at the top of the prison from a distance. and kind of, take photos and whatnot, and kind of get the layout of the top of the prison, because it was right next to Howard Air Force Base. It was right next to it. So it was totally plausible for helicopters to be flying nearby, not right over the prison, but nearby. And we would get visual on the cupola at the top and the door on the cupola and all that kind of stuff. So we had a substantial amount of intel.
And would you guys, I mean, I know that there are certain units that can basically build damn near an exact mock-up of the target that they're getting ready to hit. Did you guys have that capability at that time?
Yeah, we did. We had a great tabletop layout. I think the CIA built it. I'm pretty sure they did. And I assume they still have it. The unit was on display. We had a great tabletop layout, model. There was a big Blue Spoon operation down in Florida, and they built a mock-up of the prison down there.
They built an entire
mock-up. Prison is 4 stories. Remember, serves me correct. There's pictures of it online. I'd have to look, but I think the prison's 4 stories. They were only able to complete 3 stories before we did the rehearsal. But they had a mock-up of the prison built down on Eglin Air Force Base, and that's where we did the rehearsal out of, and then we hit the prison. That was part of the big Blue Spoon rehearsal.
Did they move Muse to different cells every time the doctor would come back?
No, they settled. I believe initially they were moving around, but he got settled in on if memory serves me correct, the 2nd floor. We had to go down 2 floors to get to him. The 2nd floor, they settled him into one spot. He was kind of in the VIP prison cell by himself, and we'd heard he was kind of in the VIP, a little bit bigger prison cell, and whatnot. But he was being held in we knew where he was at. The doctor, and he'd been there a while in that cell.
Wow.
And
That's actually pretty fucking surprising.
Yeah.
That they wouldn't move him around every single time the doctor came, just to to not have you guys have an exact replica of where he's at.
In hindsight, I really don't think they even visualized us coming into that prison to get him.
No kidding?
Yeah, I just think that, because if you look at it from a layman's point of view, we're going to break into a prison and get somebody out. It's kind of like, seriously? How the hell is that going to happen?
Well, I'm wondering the same damn thing, to be honest with you. So you go down to Panama. You guys got a mock-up in Florida. You wind up in Panama. You're doing flybys. You're gathering intel. Let's talk about Muse. Who was he?
He was an American, good guy, by the way. We're personal friends now. He calls all the guys that were on the mission the anniversary every year, December 20th. He calls them on every single person and thanks them for rescuing him. Great guy. American civilian down there, kind of involved in the community. Very anti-Noriega. Kind of started an anti-Noriega cell, so to speak.
Cell doing what?
Disruptive activities towards the regime. Like, the most famous one was Noriega was going to give a speech, and right in the middle of the speech, they cut in with anti-Noriega propaganda over the radio. That's the one. That's the most famous one they did. Exact timeline on that, I'm not sure, but Kurt said that's the one that really put them on the radar screen. Was when they did that. Now General Noriega is going to speak. Bam, they cut in and they're giving out their propaganda against him. So he was a dependent. His wife worked as a school teacher on Howard Air Force Base. So he was a military civilian dependent. She was, she was civilian, DOD civilian, and he was a dependent of her.
You had mentioned earlier that you had heard that he was a CIA asset or a CIA guy. Was he?
He's talking to Kurt. He said the only support he got from them was real late in the game. He met some agency guys in Miami to get radio equipment to help his cause. That's what Kurt's told us. And I have no reason to believe otherwise. I mean, he's never given me a reason that he was an agency guy and he's kind of operating undercover. I've never gotten that from him, so I can't speak to other than what he said is late in the game he got some assistance from them.
Well, I think that pretty much paints the picture then. I mean, I don't think the CIA is just handing out equipment.
Good point. Valid point.
And so he was disrupting, he was basically propaganda against Noriega.
Yep.
How many people had he amassed? Do you have any idea?
I only think a handful, because he's obviously stayed in touch with them. I think there was a handful of guys. And he mentions how he got rolled up was basically Noriega went back to his, he basically bribed people, hey, give him up. And one of the wives, if memory serves me correct, one of the wives of his guys, his network, gave him up. And that's how he got rolled up. Yeah. Through a bribe.
What were they doing to him in prison? Anything?
No, I don't think they really did much. I think psychological warfare. But I don't think they ever did anything physical like that. I do remember, I don't know if you've ever heard of this or not, there was a coup attempt against Noriega by some Panamanian Defense Force officers. And they actually captured, and they had Noriega under house arrest. Noriega was able to talk his way out of it. Those officers got scarfed up. I think they were later executed. But Kurt talked about, if memory serves me correct.
Yeah, that last fucking match was bad juju.
No.
Shelby, you get out of your fucking raid or what?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll come pick you up and then we'll go into it.
Yet.
Well, hopefully I do better than that fucking last one.
Only doing last hero, or are we gonna do some blast gang?
Just last hero, unless you want to do some blast gang. Why? Did you want to do
whatever
blast
you want?
gang?
But yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just using this to
Anything
warm
cool
up, to be
with you?
honest, man.
Sounds good. I need to warm up too. I only got third last round. I need to get first.
Yeah, well, bro, I think I got second to fucking last or some nonsense. That XD
So
motherfucker kept killing me though.
Yeah.
You're a fucking murderer. All right, let's go through. Bro, I wish like Fort Block, Bull may be used, but Airpin Skybridge. Like I never get to play those maps, or I'm waiting like 10 fucking minutes to like get into a lobby, and then you always have that last fool that just doesn't make sense.
By the way, Scrooge has been waiting. I don't have the rules to pull him, so
Are you trying to get in here?
yeah. He messaged me before you got out of your
What up, Scourge? He is bleeding over.
Correct. Talked
Did
about
not
one of the
make a loud noise.
officers being strung up to the basketball goal out in the common area of the prison and being tortured. I don't think Kurt ever went through any of that. I think it was just psychological warfare. I'm pretty confident he never was physically abused.
It might be your
How prepared
ping.
for the mission did you feel?
More prepared than
Discord
any
will
other
do
mission
that
I've been involved with.
sometimes. It likes
we
to be a
rehearsed it,
bitch.
went over it.
My
Oh
ping
shoot,
looks
you're on
fine.
Twitch. You're on Twitch. They don't like words. They don't like words at all.
No, you can cuss on Twitch, bro. Honestly, as far as I'm tracking, you just can't be like racist or sexist to individuals. I don't. Last I had heard, man, but granted, that was like a year ago, or a year and a half ago, or some nonsense.
Refined it, rehearsed it,
Scrooge
went over it,
isn't
refined
allowed
it
in
to the
here.
nth degree. Nth degree, yeah.
Because he's a woman.
You know, of my time in the military was the gold standard in terms of preparation for a specific operation.
What time did you guys get the green light?
Once that
It's
lieutenant was
okay,
killed,
I'm over here
you know,
dying.
people went off.
It's okay.
I went in. I remember seeing Colonel Marge.
God's doing
I was
your
going in for my
work,
canteens,
okay?
and he's going, Blue Spoon's going down to 24 or 48 hours from now. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I knew Blue Spoon going down,
water.
which became Just Cause, meant we were going to initiate Modella Prison, right before the actual invasion kicked off.
And it's
I
cold.
knew that's what that meant.
What was the briefing like?
Delicious. Love
Well,
water.
Everybody knew what they were going to do because we'd been rehearsing it. It was A2. Actually, it was
Water is
more than
way
just A2
better
troop, it was
whenever
sniper
it's
troop as
around
well.
other water.
A1 troop was on.
Same here, bro. I try to knock out one of these bad boys a day. Usually after I get off work, put down a gallon of water for a day. Bro,
Heck yeah.
that loading time took fucking forever.
Catheter and stuff like that, you know.
Bro, and the sixth guy is not even gonna show up. Fucking turd.
They never do.
Basically on standby to react to any of Noriega's henchmen that popped up so they could respond and scarf them up. Never really happened, by the way. That's what they were standby for. A1 troop. A2 troop was involved in the assault, and A3 troop, the sniper troop, was involved in the operation as well. And they basically provided security on top of the prison.
So this was legitimately just A2 and some snipers.
Yeah, A2 troop and all the sniper troop.
How many guys?
23. I say all. Not all. Majority. 23 went on the prison. Went on the roof. And with Muse coming out, it's 24.
We're in one. We're in one.
Finally. I mean, how big was this prison?
Yay, yippee.
It's pretty good size. I mean, it's pretty good size. If you research it on the internet, I'm sure you can find some pictures of it. It's pretty big.
Yeah, we'll overlay it right
Oh,
now as we're talking.
the hope and dream,
Try to
brother.
find the
Hope
pics.
and
Yeah,
We'll get
dream.
'em. But, I mean, what were you guys expecting?
Well,
Reality.
we got word somewhere along the line
I don't know what reality
that they
is.
ramped up, and they expected if we were going
My
to try to rescue
tabletop
them
is
from the
still
ground.
spinning.
So,
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about, Shelby?
Inception.
Are you? It is a good movie, man. It is a good
there was
movie.
PDF kind of housed on the ground floor in the prison and an adjacent building.
PDF, Panamanian
And
Defense Force?
Yep. Yeah, Panamanian Defense Force. They were housed down there in theory for a rescue attempt for Kurt Muse. And
So they were expecting this.
They were expecting it,
Matrix is
anticipating it,
real.
and knew it was a possibility.
None
and they
of us
expected us to
are.
come in on the ground floor.
We're all gonna wake
And
up,
so what was
and
go
it's
time
actually
like when you got down there?
2014 still, and we're all
Well, we
just
knew
laying
Initially,
down
it was going
on
to
the
be, I want to say
trampoline,
45 minutes before the invasion
just
kicked, but it ended up being
having the
15 minutes
fattest
before
nap
the
of
actual
our
invasion kicked
lives.
off.
We've just lived
We got
9 more years past that. 11 more years past 2014.
Bro, what us boys and girls used to do when we were younger too is in North Dakota, my dad ended up buying us a trampoline. So during the wintertime, we never like disassembled it during wintertime or anything like that, but yeah, we would I don't understand why the fuck it's taken so long for us to get into an arena match.
There we go.
But no, we would let the ice build up on it and jump around. You had to avoid the ice.
Yes. Forgot I made my kits.
No, hopefully I don't do as shit as that last one. see.
We're gonna try out the Ash 12 for now.
We might take this map off the rotation, to be honest.
Whatever you want.
Oh, bro, that would have been a nice 3-piece. Get Fiddler!
Hey, Wealthy.
Is it on you or what?
Yeah, that was me.
I just get sick of playing this map.
Yeah. Ow.
How the fuck did I kill that dude? You gonna die today, Bryce? They fucking knew, bitch.
Wealthy.
Later, OPTR.
I still haven't taken that out of my hand, have I?
I
You were chasing me down.
Yo, I got the kill, dude. Damn it, dude!
You're welcome.
Fuck you, Shelby! Ah, dude, my chest was... I mean, it didn't even know.
Hey, Wealthy.
Sir.
We're just trading $5, bro. Back and forth. Here you go.
Back and
I'll take
forth,
it down.
babe.
I don't like the people that play with submachine guns. I don't assault class is an assault weapon. Dang it, Wealthy! Dang it! Why are you there?
I'm doing some things. Yo. Chill. Bro, I was out of fucking ammo. Oh, that dude's fucking pissed, I guarantee it. Bro, the audio, I was running in fucking circles trying to figure out where the fuck the bad guys are at.
I never think of it. Then it jams. Not this time, Welpy. Same guy, same MP9, same motive to kill him.
Oh, dude! Yo, I killed that fucking guy, dude.
He's sitting in there with the rip, laying down. Oh my gosh. I'm convinced this guy has no balls. Please, get off the MP9. It's honestly a bad cut.
I killed him, bro.
It feels so rewarding to kill this MP9 guy. Over and over again.
I couldn't get down quick enough, dude. I knew I was toast. No, dude! Fuck you.
Bryce is better. Bryce is better. Third. Third, baby, third. No! Oh, you were first. Good stuff.
I finally went fucking positive, bro. We're getting into a vibe right now.
Heck yeah.
I went twice positive, bro. 41 and 20 deaths.
KD.
All right, we're gonna take off a chop shop.
Bet. Bowl only.
Bowl isn't a bad map.
Nah, it's not.
This is a pretty good map. I like Bay 5. That might be my favorite though.
Almost half of my entirety of kills are all headshot kills in this game.
Are they?
Almost half of them.
How do you see that?
Go to career. It's like the overall tab on Tarkov.
I would assume I'm around 30% or something like that.
Vanguard, by the way, is taking over the top of the leaderboards.
Wait, where the fuck does it say headshots? That's asking. Oh, unranked.
Oh no, it's ranked and unranked. It's both. It's in the top. It's along the top part where it has your
Bro, I have a 59% headshot rate. I guess I do normally go for the head.
not headshot rate. It's how many headshot kills you have. But I mean that
Sorry,
does
headshot kill rate percentage 59%. But it says I have 11-12 headshot kills though.
At the very top of your screen on the page you're on. It's like a big black bar.
Where? Oh, 97%? There's no fucking way all my
You
kills
have
are 97.
1,373 headshot kills out of 2,300 kills. On the right.
It literally
The
tells you right there in Last Hero, which is what I mostly play.
Oh, well, yeah.
59%.
Up at the. Just go up with your mouse cursor.
Oh.
There you go. Up in that big black bar, the top part. No, you were in the right place.
Oh, up here?
No, you were in the right. Yeah, up there. Yeah.
It just says KD. Headshot kills
doesn't
though. 1373. Oh, it's including others. Well, let's see.
Talking about all of your headshot kills.
Blasting, which I've barely played or ever have played, it's an 83%. Holy fuck. Checkpoint, it's 59%. Which is the same as my Last Hero, 59%. And then Teamfight, it's 78%. It seems like whenever I'm playing a slower game mode, I tend to get better like headshots, basically. Because you have more time to be able to like know where the enemy's coming.
Yeah.
I just want to keep Chop Shop off, dude. That shit's fucking cancer, bro. Right.
Yeah, I get bored of that map very fast. Because people will go to the exact same spot because it's such a small map. So they just try to control one area. And then if you aren't better than them, then they just control it, you know?
What the fuck is this? Polywog?
No.
Situated on the. I remember we were down there. We were down there like I told you before anybody, and then all these JSOC people come in, SOCOM people, and I remember, dude, the night before, I didn't sleep a wink, and I'm sure nobody else did either. Wasn't scared, was just anxious, edge of my seat, going over in my head, over and over and over and over my role, what I was going to do, my actions, just over and over and over. And I'm going to tell you what else too. We started getting briefed by the pilots in terms of okay.
Probably gonna stick with the MDR again too, man. I mean, fuck, I literally have everything I could want in this gun. I don't know what else I would attach to it. They don't really fuck with scopes in this game. feel like the Zaki Poo guy is going to be a bit of an issue.
I think they might all be a bit of an issue. Oh, garbage man, garbage man.
Fuck you, Zaki Poo.
The garbage man does not win his ones.
Oh, I heard that fool rolling up on me too.
That was me.
Was it?
I was trying.
This Zaki guy's playing it well, bro. He's sticking to the inside. Which is interesting.
Oh, you just finished reloading right there?
I did, bro.
Zaki Poo sucks, by the way. Like, actual garbage.
What the hell is this guy doing over here? Oh, damn it. Oh, I was about to say, I was like, how the fuck did I not get that kill?
Hey, Wealthy.
Bro, that scared the fuck out of me, dude.
I saw your green laser around the wall and I was like, hey. Hey, Wealthy.
Goodbye, Shelby.
Hey, Wealthy.
No, dude! I knew you were coming over there, you fuck.
I know.
Bro, Bobby Bussy, man. I've killed this guy so many times.
Hey, Wealthy. Oh, that wasn't you. There's somebody near you. Very close.
Was he a
Personal.
green laser user also, or what?
No, it was you.
No, dude! You fucking piece of shit, man.
I baited the shit out of you right there.
Dude,
Thought I was going to reload, didn't you?
my shift is like broke on my keyboard because of this fucking game.
Oh, I binded my run to W.
Sorry, bud.
So I don't have to do that anymore.
Fuck, I feel like that should have been a kill.
Oh, the garbage man just sits in corners and waits for you. No.
He does, dude. It's a little weird.
Dude, his ass has to smell like literal shit. Oh. Fresh.
Oh, that was a good push on his part.
Oh, Zacky Boo. Yeah, I ran Zacky Poo's pockets, bro.
Fuck.
I don't think Bobby Bussy has any hey Wealthy.
Holy fuck.
I
Bro,
don't think he has any headphones.
I feel like you should have killed me there.
Oh, I should have. It's just no, with the garbage man, the garbage man. He's gonna make me tweet.
Ah, fuck. There's no way I could have turned on that.
No way. Oh, okay. I was about to say. Got stolen from him. No, Wealthy! Why are you there? No! Bye-bye, Wooshie.
Fuck you!
Finally. I camped the garbage man that time. Not the garbage man, man. Anybody but the garbage man. Hey, Wealthy.
Fuck you and your haze, dude.
No, Bobby Bussy just saw me out of the corner of his eye. He doesn't have any headphones, so he has to rely on vision. Solely vision.
That was a clean fucking shot, bro. Fuck you, Shelby! Oh, bro. If I just
Yes.
killed you, I could have been second, fuck.
I'm sorry.
Well, I finished, I think I went positive. He's about to find out.
Okay, if the chopper goes down and we're injured and you need to shut down the rotors, this is how you do it. And I remember looking around the faces of the other guys, and dude, everybody had their game face on.
I killed you so hard,
I mean,
my game crashed. Oh, never mind.
And I remember Colonel Bardwell, McAfee Sog Legend, Distinguished Service Cross, McAfee Sog.
All right, we're gonna take that
He was
map
actually
off
put in
the
for the medal of
rotation.
honor, and it was downgraded to the DSC,
What?
partially because he was a real rebel.
Or are they
in
gonna do
McAfee
Bay
Sog.
5 or Bull?
That's what we heard. I don't doubt it. But I remember him talking to us, going,
Bull.
you know, I can see you
I
guys.
want to do bull.
I've seen this
Well,
face
it's not up to
before.
me.
I had it when I was in Vietnam.
I know.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna get in there and get him. We're gonna get out. You guys are gonna be good to go.
Was it a night op?
Oh yeah, 45 hours, 15 minutes before 1 in the morning. And we were out on the wind up 4 little birds. Interestingly enough, except for one bird, we had 6 dudes. 2 birds had 2 pilots, 3 guys on each pod. Other 2 birds had 1 pilot and 3 guys on each side, except for one spot for Kurt Muse. And they had skeletonized the bird, taken out everything. One pilot, I heard him talking about the other day, had 1 round in his pistol. He didn't even have a full magazine ammo. We weighed in every day, our kit. I mean, we didn't even have a hard plate. Yeah, on our body armor. We took the hard plate. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Every single day we weighed in to make sure that our weight was exactly where it needed to be. Every day. Because the weight was that critical. Because they wanted as many bodies in there as possible. In case things just totally went sideways, you wanted more bodies, more belt operators than less. So it went down that critical. And they skeletonized the birds. I heard scuttlebutt, and I'm pretty sure this was debunked. I don't think this actually happened. They started the bird and then took the battery out to save weight. I later heard that was bullshit. I think that was discussed, but it wasn't actually done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's that
it was that close in terms of weight.
You take off. I mean, this is your first real world op.
Yep.
Hostage rescue mission in Panama. That's fucking crazy, man.
Well, and what's interesting, I'll never forget it. Guy I went through selection with. Went through selection with him, went through OTC, went to A Squadron with him, and now we're on the mission together. We're on the pods, you know, sitting on the bench seat on the pod. And he's right here. And he's going to be on the roof with a Mag 58. I actually go into prison. I'm one of the guys that go in. I was actually the first guy to go in through the prison door. And I'll get to that in a minute. But he looked at me, I looked at him. He stuck his hand out. I shook his hand. No words were said. Nothing needed to be said. Never forgot. I mean, it was game time. Nothing needed to be said. I'll never forget. And then we took off. Interestingly enough, I think it's the school that Kurt Muse's wife actually taught at. We flew over a school on Howard Air Force Base. It is a school that we did rehearsal on. We did rehearsal on it, and one of the little birds that hit a tail rotor, and a Chinook had to come in before daytime. That Chinook had to come in and lift it off and get it off the top of the school. And this was, you know, a few weeks before, 2 weeks before, whatever the case it was. But it was a rehearsal site, and we flew right over that school. So it was kind of like deja vu.
Wow.
Came in. I was on bird number 2 going in, and there was birds behind us, 2 birds behind us. We'd gotten word that in the major intersection, right going down to the Commandancia, and in the prisons over here, there was a machine gun set up, there was PDF, they had to be dealt with, or they were going to fire at the birds coming by. Well, we had a sniper team that came down off a hill overlooking the intersection. Guy had a bolt gun, guy had a Mag 58, guy had a 3 dudes, guy had an M203. And the theory was they're in position, they're in Overwatch, and as soon as they see one of the PDF do this, they're going to light them up. And what I understood happened was the first 2 birds go over. I was in bird number 2. The first 2 birds go over. There was nobody in the intersection because I remember looking. I was on the right side. I remember looking for anybody. There was nobody there. We went over. They heard the birds, and then they come out. And then they're going to shoot at the second set of birds, bird 3 and 4. And they got lit up by the guys in the Overwatch position. Interestingly enough, never forget this, Christmas lights are on the top of the prison. It was December 20th, 1989, right before Christmas. There's Christmas lights. I'll never forget it.
Wow.
And we were offset from the prison. And then the pilots did this number and then got in line. And the line landed right on top of the prison. And it peeled off. I got in position by the cupola. I had security position looking through the window down the stairs, the cupola on top. And then the second 2 set of birds came in. They dispersed. Breacher on my team went up to put a charge up. And in the process of pulling the time fuse, he knocked the charge down. And it fell right from me, about from me to you. And I was like, what is that? I didn't even, you know what I mean? It didn't even dawn on me it was the charge. Fortunately, when he went to pull it, he didn't ignite it. He did not ignite the time fuse. That probably would kill me. If memory serves me correct, it was a C6 charge, which was P for plenty, brother. I mean, we were not going to take any chance of getting in that door. It was P for plenty. It probably would have killed me. Because I ended up going from being the guy looking through the window, now I'm going to be the number 1 guy, going through the door. And I was down on the knee, and I was like, what is that? I couldn't believe it. And I remember my team sergeant came up, he goes, hey man, get the backup charge ready, because I have a backup charge. And I go, why am I going to get the backup charge ready? Because the breacher's right there. Well, then the breacher went back around, and he said, hey, he basically had me come up for cover. I covered him on the door. He put the charge back up. We initiated it, and dude, it was a boom. I'll never forget it. It was a boom. When I was looking in the cupola window, the lights were on. I thought the charge knocked out the lights, and it was because it was pitch black. What had actually happened, the snipers, the support guys had hit the generator and killed the lights. I didn't know that till later. They killed the lights in the prison, so it was pitch black. I come around, door's long gone. on the cupola. I step in, there's no landing, Sean. Here's the door. The steps go right up to the door. There's no landing like this, where you step in and then go down the steps. It goes right up the door, like, you know, out here, you guys got. There's not, so I almost, by the grace of God, I don't know how I didn't trip, because it's pitch black. I'm walking into it, and by the grace of God, somehow I didn't trip. Went down, the guys are following me, and people are like, well, why are you number one man? I was the most expendable guy. It's that simple. And I was the new guy on F team. F team and G team were going in. F team secured the inside, the route inside the prison stairwell, the hallway, that kind of stuff. G team was the ones that were going to extract him. They're going to be the team that gets him out.
So you basically set up a corridor.
Yeah, we did. Went down, basically me, I can't remember who it was. Me, another guy held that first stairwell. G team fled, you know, went past us. Then I go down to the next stairwell. There was actually a room that we were going to clear, where we didn't clear it because it was padlocked. We're like, okay, not really a threat. Chances are nobody's in there because it's padlocked from the outside. So we didn't clear it. And I was standing there on the stairs. And then about then, the C-130 starts lighting up the commandancia.
Shit.
Yep. Yep. Spectre starts lighting up the commandancia.
Commandancia.
And it was loud.
What the fuck does that mean?
And I could see right out the window. I mean, right there, I'd look right there, and I could see the commandancia getting lit up by the Spectre. And because they had given us X amount of time, I'm not sure how much time it was, but not long. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe not.
Oh, I didn't even change the name of this class.
No! It's just on this map. Dude, this is the easiest server to get first and second.
Oh, damn it, bro. My chest was so fucking lit up, dude.
Oh yeah?
I'm so fucking dead. I'm pulling that first place from you, OPTR Shelby.
You're not. Don't know what you're talking about. That is not what you will be doing. It's mine. Okay, mine. I earned it.
Give it time, babe. Give it time.
No, I won't give it time. I won't give it any thought. Nothing. Mine. 2 kills above you. 1 kill above you. Okay, it might happen.
Respect that guy's result using a pistol.
Yeah. I'm still first. With 4 kills. Wealthy? Not happy.
Oh,
not happy at all, okay?
Good fucking
not happy
kill,
at all.
Bro. Good fucking kill.
No scope, too. Thanks. What? Oh, you killed me right there?
Fuck you, bitch.
killed on top of your head too.
That was a nice pre-fire. Or were you shooting somebody behind me?
Yeah, ran up the whole way. Oh wealthy, yeah. I had no arms and no head.
It had to be done, baby.
I know.
Get your ass back over here! Oh!
You got killed from behind him.
Oh,
Not happy. Whoever I just murdered isn't happy right now.
fuck you, OPTR Shelby.
I didn't know where you were. I had like 7 people around me.
No, dude, fuck! Fuck you, dude! Oh, he got me too, man.
No. Okay, I just need both of those.
Oh,
He has
no.
bullet.
Well played. Well fucking played, guy.
Hey, wealthy.
Oh, bro, I almost killed the dude behind it, too. Chill, chill, chill. No, dude!
Hey, wealthy.
I almost had you too, man.
Fuck. Almost lost me.
Fuck
Hey,
you,
wealthy.
dude!
Oh, I had no bullets. I had no bullets. Not even fair. I'm dying to the stupidest crap.
Oh. Oh my god. I went to reload too quick.
Guest of Hades TV.
Oh, I was not getting out of there, bro.
Nope.
I didn't know where that dude was, dude. Fucking A.
You're welcome.
I need to get 2 kills, bro.
Actually, 3.
Nope. It's done. God damn it. I need 1 more kill, bro.
2 actually.
Well, no, to get to 40. To get to 40.
Then you needed 4 to get to first place. That was one of the easiest lobbies I've had all day, though.
Was it? Good shit, bro. I almost went fucking 2 KD again. That would have been kind of nice. Alright, I think we're doing, is it Bay 5?
Who knows? I don't even remember. It was not long at all to
That
get
was
in,
day
get
5.
situated, and then they were going to start lighting up Commandant's. So they started lighting it up. We're holding the stairwell. Somebody, PDF guy, guard, or whatever, poked his head around. Gary Harrell was there. He was the troop commander. He shot at him. I think he missed him. Pretty calm. He claimed later he thought he hit him, but I'm pretty sure he missed him. Not because the guys took off. And then they came out with news. They put a C4 charge on his door and blew the door wide open. There was a
Oh, yeah.
guard
I'm gonna see if I have
that had told
30
Kurt if there was
rounders.
a rescue attempt, he was going to kill him. Because Kurt, I think, asked him, hey, if there's a rescue attempt for me, what are you
For
going to do?
what?
I'll kill you. This guy was in the room right
IMDR.
across from Kurt. So the priority was to get down to Kurt as soon as possible to beat this guy. Before this guy gets a situational awareness, figures out what's going on, goes over to Kurt's cell and kills him.
You guys knew that before you went?
Yep, we knew it. Yep.
Was he in the cell across?
Yeah, he was. He was in the room across. He was in the room across, and G-Team went in and killed him. Yep. He was armed with a pistol. I think the guy, I think he was in the shower, if memory serves me correct. G-Team found him in the shower. I think the guy went for his pistol, already had a pistol in his hand, they killed him. Yep. And they got news out. They brought in a little, kit, aviator kit bag and had body armor and a helmet. Body armor and a Kevlar helmet. Peeled him out. I remember seeing him go up the stairs. A couple things. When we get up, we tell him, hey, PC secure, to get the extraction birds out. The reason the book's called 6 Minutes to Freedom, because from when we touched down to when we called, PC secure, called for exfil was 6 minutes. Just not that we were, it's just the way it worked out. Not like we had a set time standard or anything like that. It just happened. It was 6 minutes from when we sat down on top of the prison to when we were ready to exfil with Kurt Muse was 6 minutes.
Wow.
We were at the very top. You know what I mean? Stairwell. I remember I was here, Kurt Muse was here, and the
Oh,
door.
bro, I'm going loud with the MDR.
Dude, I'll never forget this as long as I live. It got quiet for a minute. I don't know how long. Like a C-130 maybe was taking a loop around, didn't have a clear field of fire, whatever. Got quiet, and you could hear the prisoners screaming. And when you hear somebody screaming, who honest to God thinks they're going to die, it's a sound you'll never forget. Now I'll never forget it. It's nothing like you see in a movie or any of that other bullshit. These people were convinced they were going to die, and they're trapped in these prison cells. And I'll never forget that sound.
Damn.
Yep. So we go up, birds land. I was on bird 2. They get Muse on bird 1. They put him in, inside the bird. He's not on the pods. They put him inside the bird, and then they G-Team, who rescued him, and then they're exfilling with him. I remember I got on the pod. I was like high-fiving. I didn't even bother to hook up. But the combo guy hooked me up, thank God. But I'm high-fiving. I go, we got him, yada, yada, yada. Well, the bird lifts up, and bird 1 kind of does this number over the prison wall and goes into the blackness. I mean, it's pitch dark. You can't see him. There was a cemetery right beside us. We lift up. We go over, and I see muzzle flash. Dude shooting at us. Now, I didn't get a beat on him, but I put some rounds down at him to get him, and then muzzle flash stopped. I'm pretty confident I did not hit the guy, but I at least got him to duck, so he's no longer shooting at a bird.
Yeah.
We lose track of bird 1. We go back to Howard Air Force Base. We land. I'm like, awesome. Bird 1 went down. Bird 1 with Kurt Muse went down. What happened was, they were serious. They had 2 pilots. They had 6 dudes with Kurt Muse. And they were seriously overloaded. And the pilot tried to gain speed and kick back up, but there was power lines. So he was worried about hitting the power lines. So he sets down on a road, a street, right on the other side of the cemetery. Well, 4 guys from G-Team jump off and get out. And they're pulling security. The pilot waves them back, come on, because he's going to go down. He's essentially going down the street to gain, airspeed, and then he's going to lift off. When they get back on, 3 of the 4 guys don't hook back up. So that becomes critical here in a minute. Anyway, they go down. He takes a left on the street. He starts to lift up, and the bird gets hit, crashes. 1 guy, 3 of the guys all fell off. 1 guy was still the team leader. He was hooked in, so he was good to
Can't
go.
wear a tracksuit
And
anymore
Muse, who's in the back,
on arena,
was good to
can
go.
you?
And there was a guy from my team, my 2IC, assistant team
that I
leader,
don't
was
know.
basically with him, escorting him. He was fine too. Bird goes down, breaks the right strut off. The right strut had landed, one of the guys who fell off, had landed on his foot. He lost his big toe. I want to say on his right foot. lost his big toe. And never, he stayed in the unit, but you can imagine when you lose a big toe, dude, you're never the same. Two of the other guys on the other side got shot. One guy got shot in the leg, one guy got shot at the very bottom of the body armor. They got hit. Bird goes down, tilts to the side. The pilots are doing their best to stop the rotors. There's a rotor still going. Muse gets out. My assistant team leader, who's escorting Muse, gets out with him. He didn't duck down far enough. My assistant team leader, he gets clipped upside the head, this Protec, with the rotor. Knocks him out. He goes down, knocks him out. He wakes up. Here's Muse laying down prone. And he immediately freaks out. Muse. He thinks Muse is dead. He wasn't. What happened was Muse sees him go down, so he mimics him. He's, oh man, he must have gotten shot. I'm gonna get down prone. So they both get out of there. They go, and they kind of hunker around the station wagon. If memory serves me correct, it was a station wagon. They hunker around. Team leader hunkers them around, gets the wounded guys over there. Muse is there. My assistant team leader, who's got clipped upside the head, whose bell is rung. They kind of hole up around this vehicle. Some Panamanians are coming out. Muse tells them in Spanish. He speaks magnificent Spanish. They get the fuck out of there. The team leader's on the radio telling them what happened. Eldon Bargewell, squadron commander, is still on top of the prison. What had happened was one of the guys on bird 3 or 4 did not get on the bird. Not sure who it was, but he didn't get on the bird, so he missed the exfil. He was left behind. Eldon Bargewell sees this. He jumps off, grabs a machine gunner with him, guy armed with an M60. And they set up on top, and Eldon Bargewell's on the horn. He's on the radio dictating what's going on. Well, Eldon Bargewell hears the team leader call, hey, bird 1's down. So, once again, I remember how I told you we rehearsed this thing to the nth degree. We had ground forces come in, basically in APCs, that were rolling in, and we're going to basically swarm the area. And sure enough, they rolled in. We had Delta Medics, the APC, and they rolled up to the guys, peeled them in. Delta Medics started working on them on the spot. We took them up to exfil to get exfil to Casevac station on Howard Air Force Base.
Damn.
Yep. We had all that wired for sound. In case when a bird goes down, we have to exfil. Birds can't come in to get us out.
Where the hell is Howard Air Force Base? I've never even heard of that one. Oh, it's in Panama. Interesting. It must have closed down. Discontinued military operations on 1 November 1999. That is why I have never heard of it. That's where I was born, K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, Marquette County, Michigan. The base operated for nearly 40 years and closed in 95. And I was born in 93, so it closed 2 years after I was born. I guess we can read up on that later.
We got exfil off the side of the prison via fast rope. How are we going to do that?
Good.
So we had this whole exfil procedure down. Worked like a champ. Contingency program, contingency plan. I remember hearing later because it was conventional forces that were doing this, the APC guys, right? I mean, it wasn't us operating it. It was so they got attached to us. And I remember hearing some of them go, oh, I mean, one guy goes, dude, I knew it wasn't gonna be good. When I saw these guys show up in Protex and black body armor, I knew this wasn't gonna be good. Yeah, he showed up in black body armor and Protex, and man, I just knew this wasn't gonna be good. But yeah, they moved in. Good thing they did, because a good friend of mine was shot in the leg. Really good guy. Probably would have bled to death, almost certainly, if he hadn't gotten medical treatment that quick.
Damn.
Yeah, he probably would have bled to death. But they were on him in no time. Scarfed him up in the APCs and took off. And then Blackhawk came in and got Eldon Bargewell, machine gunner, and another guy out of there. It took a lot of fire, and what happened was, if your bird was out of action, you were out of action for the entire mission. Just cause you were done. So that bird went back. It hovered over the prison. It took fire from the commandancy area. It took hits, and by the time he got back to Howard Air Force Base, the bird was done. That was it. The deadline for the rest of the mission. So that pilot and that bird was out of the fight after that.
How did Kurt get back?
Kurt went in, landed, basically with the APCs. As they lifted off, what happened was the APCs went up to this top of this hill, adjacent to where those guys, remember the dudes I told you, the Overwatch team, they came down from that hill. They went up to the top of that, got on Blackhawk. And then they took off and went back to Howard Air Force Base. Before he left Howard Air Force Base, going back to the United States, he asked to go see the guys that were wounded in the Casevac hospital. And he did. He went in and said, hi, thank you for rescuing me, saving my life, that whole thing. And then he went on a bird, and he was back to the States in no time.
Did you meet him?
No, not then. No, I didn't. Didn't meet him till actually quite a bit later when he came to A Squadron, came to the unit A Squadron, and briefed his side, of the mission, leading up to it, all that.
What did he have to say?
But he kind of laid out, very articulate guy, very articulate, well-spoken. He kind of laid out everything that happened from his point of view. How it led up to it, how he got captured, his time in the prison, his perspective for the rescue, that whole 9 yards. He laid out all that stuff from his point of view, his timeline and his perspective on how the whole thing went down.
What was that like to meet him?
It was pretty cool. We all dug it. I was telling Scott about this on the way up here. We had a picture. The damn guy who took the photo, the whole thing was out of focus. All the guys that were on the mission got a picture with an A Squadron classroom, got a picture with Muse. The whole goddamn thing was out of focus. Everything was blurry. And instead of taking multiple, it was one of those, got it.
Yeah.
Instead of taking multiple pictures, I mean, it's like, come on, dude. So it was useless. Picture was useless. But yeah, it was pretty cool meeting him.
I'll bet.
Getting him out of there. So that was, the only thing that trumped me making selection was rescuing him out of the Mandela prison.
I mean, what was it like with the team after that mission?
Very tight knit. The guy who got hit in the head, my 2IC never really recovered. He had the injuries. I mean, he basically never really recovered from that. He had major headaches, that kind of stuff. Bad thing is, about 6 months later, we were back down in Panama doing jungle training. And we got on, we were about ready to do an impromptu mission on a suspected drug site, you know, basically, you know, a jungle drug operation. And Eldon Bargewell kind of set it up. It was an impromptu mission. We were going to go hit it. We lift off into Black Hawk. All of a sudden, we hear these pop, 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 almost like the bird had been shot. It wasn't. It was one of the engines that went out. So we start crashing down in the jungle. Right? He's sitting on an ammo box. Him and a couple other guys are sitting on an ammo box, and the bird comes down and hits, and it compacts his spine. And he basically never walked again. Same guy who got clipped in the head. My 2IC never walked again. He was wheelchair bound after that.
Damn.
Yeah. Bird come. I was on the bird. Just so happened I was sitting by a guy. We were looking to forward, looking through the windshield of the bird, and the pilots were doing this stuff to try to keep the bird under control, coming down through the jungle. And laid my first of 3 helo crashes. And he laid back like this, and I just so happened to lay back. So when we hit, I was laying flat against the floor of the bird like that. The only thing I was looking forward, and my head bounced off the floor and knocked me out temporarily.
Shit.
My teammate who was beside me, he remained conscious. There was a fire. The bird caught on fire. Everybody else was knocked out of action. He got up, got a fire extinguisher and put the fire out. Basically saved everybody's life. Never got a single award for that. Never got a single. He should have got a soldier's medal for that. Never got shit.
Damn.
He held us real bad about that. And I'm sure they are to this day. The old analogy that I think it was Schumacher, Colonel Schumacher said, firemen don't get awards for going to fires. That was his quote. You signed up for this organization, you're expected to do these things, and when you do those things, you're not going to get awards for it. We got Bronze Stars. The guys on the mission all got Bronze Stars with V-Device. The exception of the team leader that rallied his team around with Muse, he got a Silver Star. Eldon Bargewell told us, we were in a classroom or whatever, he goes, if this had been Vietnam, you guys would all gotten Silver Stars, which means that team leader would have got DSC. If this had been Vietnam, you all would have got Silver Stars. And I remember at the time going, and sure enough, looking at it back on hindsight, he's right. That's exactly what would have happened.
Wow.
But yeah, that guy who put the fire out didn't get anything. Nothing. Didn't get a soldier's medal. Barely got a thank you. It's like, for real?
Damn.
And the units was real bad about that, and I'm sure they still are. Like, that Payne got the Medal of Honor out of the unit. I'm going to tell you what, for that guy to get the Medal of Honor and still be alive out of Delta Force, I can only imagine what that guy had to do to get that award. And we're talking about superhuman shit out of that organization to get the Medal of Honor. Because the other 2 guys that ever got it went in Somalia, Randy Shugart and Gary Gordon. What they did, of course, costing their lives, but what they did was so far above and beyond in order to get that medal, it wasn't even close. I remember General Downey came over and he goes, you guys need to put those guys in for the Medal of Honor.
Wow.
In Somalia. So for him to get the Medal of Honor, I've never met Payne. I'd love to meet him.
Shelby, we're weighing out, dude. I want to play this map.
Okay.
But for him to get the Medal of Honor and be alive out of Delta Force, dude, he probably earned it 3 or 4 times over. And the unit, like I told you, the unit's been real bad about that. Really bad when I was in. Really bad.
What was it like when you guys got back to the States?
Eldon Bargewell had to talk with us. This is a guy, McAfee Sog legend. We all just, and I remember I said something the other day. I'm glad Eldon Bargewell was on that roof. There was one other officer, Gary Harrell was there. He was the troop commander. Eldon Bargewell was there. Well, I'm glad he was there because of his experience. The guy had seen, he's McAfee Sog legend. He had a big talk with us and he said, look, I want you guys to understand something. You're coming back here. You're going to go home. You're going to be with your family, your wives. You guys have done something that's as high as it gets. You need to understand they haven't. So you have to come in and adapt to them. They don't need to adapt to you. What you've done for your country, your country can't ask for more. But you need to understand they haven't done that. They haven't been through what you've been through, and you need to go home and adapt to that. They don't need to adapt to you. You need to adapt to them. Remember, he had that talk with us. I always hung on every word he'd ever say. I mean, literally, he would get us together and talk to us in the squadron classroom about whatever it might be, and I would pay attention to every single word that guy said. Like I told you, he's the guy before the mission that said, I'm looking at you guys. I recognize, everything's going to be okay. You guys are going to be fine. We're going to get him out of there. I remember him saying, some of your buddies may get hurt, but they're going to be okay.
Man, that's pretty fucking incredible, man. 6 minutes.
6 minutes, yeah, from when we landed to Collettsville.
Wow. In a prison.
In a prison. Yep. There's a lot of people along the way, like that doctor, that contributed stuff. It's hard to measure how important that was, that intel that doctor gave us. Yeah. It's hard to measure that. Because we had this, okay, if he's not in that cell, where's he at? We got to start searching the prison for this guy. So for him to go in there and give us that solid intelligence on where he's at, what status is, what kind of mental where kind of mind frame he's at, physically what's he like, that kind of stuff was was off the chart. We talked to him too. He came back to the unit one time and briefed us.
Damn, man. That's impressive.
Yeah, dude, I'll never forget it.
I can tell.
Yeah. I get pretty choked up over it, as you can tell. It's kind of hard to fight back the emotions. Because there's a few things along there that really bring them out.
That's just crazy, too. The apex of your career right off the bat.
Oh, I know, dude. A little over a year after, finishing selection, and finished in October of, 88.
Months.
OTC, 6 months. Selection, 88, October of 88. And then to follow, fast forward a year or 2 months, December 20th, 89.
Damn.
6 months, right? And here's the thing. Remember I told you it was become critical? Thank God I went to selection that fall. Because if I waited to the spring, I'd missed the whole thing. Think about that. Remember I told you how that became critical? That's why. Because initially my head was, I'll wait a year. And then I just said, no, I'm going to go in the fall. I'm going to do it.
Damn.
And everything just fell into place.
Where do you go from there?
Well,
Shelby, did you want to do blasting or what? Or what was the other one you were talking about?
What's it called?
Checkpoint, blast gang, or team fight?
Blast gang and last hero is the only things that I've talked about.
Let's go do some blast gang. Bro, we're at 11 fucking minutes of waiting. Fuck that. Actually, maybe I can put a scope on this. Oh, no, you can't put a scope on it. Interesting. Oh, bro, there's a new map called Iceberg? Yo, we're gonna go play that. Did you see that?
There's a new map?
Yeah, it's called Iceberg.
I want to play.
Oh, it's only blasting and checkpoint.
Mm.
Alright, well, let's
Blasting.
Yeah.
Blasting it up.
Iraq.
Press save. That sucks.
Which in itself was awesome, but never to the point of the Delta prison.
How were you guys doing that?
Well, once
Can you
again,
do it
Marshall
quickly?
saw how things were
Arm,
screwing up in
3-3.
Kuwait. That
RMR.
developed over a period of time.
Suppressor.
He had the foresight to go, we need to be doing
Laser.
desert mobility operations.
Paint it green.
We need to be doing that. So we went on training. God, where did we go? Was it Yuma?
Hex
No, it was
green.
29
Whatever.
palms.
Save.
Went to 29 palms and did desert mobility
What the
operations.
flip?
Training up, just in case. We had no mission set. We had no, this is what we're getting ready for. He just
Perfect.
said, he had the
Okay.
foresight to go, you know what? We may get in a situation with what's going on over there. We may need to do desert mobility operations to operate behind enemy lines. We need to go train on this. And we went out, had a major exercise training, basically sorting out a lot of bugs, shaking a lot of bugs out, getting things sorted out so we knew what the hell we were doing. Because we'd done some of it, nothing like what we needed to be in order to go over and execute in a combat zone. So we went out, shook over, went to 29 Palms. If memory serves me correct, that's where we went. And I could be wrong on that, but regardless, we went into an area out west and worked on desert mobility. He had the foresight to do that. He was the only squadron commander that did. B Squadron and C Squadron didn't see that coming. Schwarzkopf, who ended, of course, being in charge of the coalition for Desert Storm, very anti-special ops. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, very anti. Based on his experience in Vietnam. Kind of saw him as cowboys. Was not a fan of SF. What flipped the script for him was the Delta operators were his VIP protection detail. Now, he had an AIC, who was an Air Force officer. But all the guys in detail other than that.
It'd be dope to see Iceberg
so impressed with
added
them and
to
their
actual
professionalism
Tarkov
that left an impression on
as
him.
like a new, better than Labs location or on par with Labs location. That'd be dope.
That'd be interesting, yeah. It's almost like it takes place. So if we were on Lighthouse and we crossed over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like out in the open with a barge or whatever. But I'm pretty sure the picture's shown like a mansion. So I don't know. I don't know where this takes place, to be honest.
In terms of what Delta was all about.
Yeah, they could definitely add
was one
like
piece of the puzzle.
little
The last piece of the puzzle
bunker,
is when
like
Iraq
a little
started launching
bunker
scuds in
safe
Israel.
area, and
And the Israelis were, and I've been told this, and this has been confirmed. I asked some people about this, and said, yeah, this is
Other than that,
absolutely what happened.
they could
The
add key
Israelis
cards
were
and
on the
stuff like
airfields,
that.
ready to
Be
launch
dope.
into Iraq, which would have blown the coalition to pieces. And they said, you guys can stand down. We have our best people going in there to deal with these scuds. And they said, who's that? And they go, Delta Force. They said, and the Israelis stood down. I heard that, and I went, and I asked some people in the Department of Defense, up the food chain, said, oh yeah, that's absolutely 100% what happened. So combine our preparation vis-a-vis Bargewell saying we need to get ready for desert mobility, Schwarzkopf's impression of Delta based on the VIP protection he had, and then the decision from the command authority, the National Command Authority, to send in Delta to hunt for these scuds. That all lined up, and A Squadron was back in the lead again.
How are you guys hunting scuds?
Went in, got there in Saudi Arabia, way up close to the border. Or we're really close to the border. Got our ducks in a row. Went in via helicopter way deep into Iraq, up by the MSR main supply route. And the theory was they were bringing these Scuds down, the MSR. They would branch off the MSR, set up, and then launch into Israel. So what we did, we went up there, find some places to hide, which was a ditch, because most of the terrain up there is as flat as a pool table. So we went up, laid low during the day, and when we go down, we would pull down south of the MSR, lay low, down in some, gullies and whatnot. And then when it turned dark, we would go back up to the MSR, drop off sniper teams. We'd withdraw back a little piece just before sunlight. We'd go back up, get the sniper teams, and come back down to our high positions. And we did that night after night after night.
Did you get any Scuds?
Yeah, we did.
No
at
shit.
the very end. At the very end. There's a lot of intel after the fact that some of the Scuds we saw were actually decoys. But at the very end, towards at the end of our, we were out there 19 days. The group
were out there for 19
days doing it. Yeah, before the ground invasion ever happened. We were up there for days before the ground invasion swept in. Towards the very end, we got in a position where we were moving at the MSR. We saw these vehicles kind of coming towards our position at an angle. We stopped, kind of set ourselves up, did one of these numbers, got on binos and whatnot. We go, this is some Iraqis. We think these guys are coming in with Scuds, getting ready to set up. Sure enough, they were. Got on the horn of the Air Force. They started bringing in F-16s, the whole 9 yards, and started hammering their ass. And they were there for hours, hammering them, hours. And finally we went, we need to get out of here. Because we just stirred up a hornet's nest. We need to split. So we took off, went back to our hide spot. We were hoping to get a BDA, bomb damage assessment, so we'd go back up and see the debris and what happened. Well, we never got it because the war basically came to an end.
Wow.
Yep. So that happened right at the very end of our time there. And then the war ended and basically everything was on a freeze. And we were just waiting to get exfilled.
Damn, how long was that after Panama?
Oh, man, it was 91. So 90, 89. So a year and a half-ish. I'd have to look at the dates. But I'm going to say a year and a half, maybe not quite 2 years.
What are you doing in the intro? Training?
Yeah, training. I remember I went to Philippines for a little bit, did some VIP protection stuff over there, training and whatnot, doing the normal cycle. You know what I mean? The training cycle in the unit type of thing.
What happens after Iraq?
Come back, normal training cycle. And then the next thing was Somalia, 93. Fast forward a couple years.
Big event.
What's that?
Big event.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'd gotten this mission to go over there and hunt for Abid's and his henchmen, like Sea Squadron and all we did. And we got it. And it was going to be a troop mission, I think. And we had a shitbird commander in A Squadron. I don't want to mention his name, but he was a shitbird. And he gave away the mission to C Squadron. And for whatever reason, God only knows why, he gave away the mission to C Squadron. And I think his theory was, well, it's a troop mission now. If it bumps up to a squadron level mission, we'll get it back. Obviously, he was off his meds. Because like that's ever going to happen. Well, sure enough, C Squadron gets it. They start rehearsing and they go, wait a minute, that troop's not big enough for this. What the hell? And they bump it up to a squadron-sized mission. And they end up deploying over to Somalia. I remember people were pretty butthurt over that. And I go, let me explain something to you. That was actually fortunate. They go, what do you mean? I go, just think about October 3rd with our leadership and how bad that would have went. And they went, oh, yeah, you're right. I go, C Squadron's leadership at the time, much more dialed in, much more squared away than we were at the upper. Now, I'm not talking about, troop level, team level.
I know what you're talking about.
What I mean?
It's the leadership.
Yeah, we're talking about this leadership up here. We had losers. And I just said, it would have been much worse.
So did you get over there after that had happened?
Yeah, we went over after that to reinforce.
Shit, man.
Yeah, we went over after to reinforce. Got there 2-3 days later. It wasn't long. When October 3rd went down, we got spun up and went over. I mean, quick. And we were there, it was just a few days later. Yeah, we
Holy fucking bejesus. Alright, let's just go do a frickin' last hero.
Force. Got a debrief on what happened, on the 3rd, the whole 9 yards. We were there actually for, the ceremony of the guys who were killed.
Did you know those men?
Yeah, I knew all the unit guys. Knew them all. Didn't know the Rangers or the Task Force 160 guys. Didn't know them. But I knew all the unit guys. Absolutely. 100%.
How was that? I mean,
it was pretty spooky. Yeah, it was pretty somber. It was real somber, actually. Yeah. It was real somber. Because it was a pretty horrific event.
Yeah.
And I know you talked to Tom and whatnot. There's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of stories that go along with that mission. In terms of heroism that probably should have got the Medal of Honor. Guys who honestly should have performed better, not really in the unit, but in the Ranger side. You may have heard some of that, I don't know. There's a lot of nuances to what happened that day. A lot of nuances. What's happened over time is some of that's been forgotten. But when I was there, it was all fresh, and I got it from the guys who were on the ground. And they gave me a lot of information of stuff that went right and went wrong. A lot of lessons learned. Found out that they were basically running those helos, they were running them as if they were doing low light at night. But instead of looking at it from, hey, wait a minute, we're up here in daylight, they can easily see where we're at and what we're doing. We need to change our tactics in terms of the helo operations to better reflect what's happening during the day. But they were doing it like as if it was at night.
Yeah.
There was a lot of lessons learned out of that. It was a pretty, I wouldn't say pretty, it was a very horrific event.
Yeah, I did a very extensive interview with Tom Satterley, who's a really good friend of mine now, and like his account was just,
Yep.
I mean, just fucking insane.
Yeah. I mean, you know the deal. I mean, you talked to Tom at length about it. I mean, it was horrific. And it's hard to really grasp the magnitude or the level of what actually happened at that time and the impact it had on not only the unit, but the Ranger Battalion. I mean, it was really kind of hard to, at this point, because we're so far down the road now, you know, we're decades now down the road. During that time, it was, you know, it really made the organization, I'm assuming the same with the Rangers, but certainly Delaware really had to take a hard look in the mirror at what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. Stuff is simple.
Ah, damn it. Damn, dude, I literally killed that fucking dude off the spawn. Fuck.
Salty, I put 4 shots into your head. How are you still alive?
Because I like living.
No. I like living too. And you should be dead.
Not as much.
Apparently so.
Fucking A. I want to beat this 2 witness motherfucker.
Yeah, me too. It just barrel stuffs me. I killed him.
Fucking A. That vector, bro.
You're welcome. I had no more ammo. I'll climb the ranks. Coming down there. Hey, Wealthy. Come on, there's some play. Hey, Wealthy.
Is that you?
Yeah. Crunch.
Fuck you, dude.
This one on a triple kill. Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm on par for first here in a second.
I'm chilling at the bottom now.
Every time he kills me, it's just a 1-up. What? He heard me spawn? No way. I just completed a task? What? Right there? No way. How low is that guy that you just killed? Hack him.
What? It's hard to beat that fucking bow, to be honest.
I'm shooting and my gun's not putting out bullets. He knows. He just knows. He knows I'm gonna peek like that. Crunch. Sorry, Wealthy. about PvE. No, no, no.
Fuck.
Oh, he knew. How does he know? Oh wow, 10 kills above me.
God damn, I got the shit kicked out of me. Alright, man, I'm gonna call it there. I need to go eat. I'll be back here later on. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. Fucking waited for like 20 goddamn minutes just to get into 2 matches that we weren't even able to get into, so I need to go eat dinner.